Late Night Grin. Also, what does that name mean?
We're back, folks. Happy Friday. Happy Grin Day. Happy Bracket Show Day, right? I think we probably did one of these like a quarter, I think. And the last one was Feb when I was away, right? So it's a big occasion. We are celebrating tonight. Brainbuster. Graduation gift, this is, right? Technically. And but we don't rest on our laurels when it comes to titling these things. This is Bracket Buster, of course it is. But it is technically the second graduation gift. Novi's will be here in 3 or 4 years. We have an incredible selection of wrestlers to work our way through. We have an incredible panel. We have Oracle's picks here. If we need them, he will also be joining us along the way, we hope, to give us a SmackDown review, which I'm sure will go great. Let's get some, I like it. Congratulations for Buster in the chat.
Thank you.
Speaking of Brainbuster, we're doing things a little different tonight. We're going to announce why in a moment, but firstly, how are you feeling, boss?
I'm good. I think I've like completely fucked my sleeping schedule.
Sick. Good work.
Got home this morning at like 7, and in the morning like 7:30, and then I went to sleep at like 9. I woke up at 3. I'm fucked.
It's over.
You got to do the thing where you fight straight through, right?
Wait, you're not in high school?
No, I graduated college.
That was what we were. That was the graduate. Yeah.
I thought you was graduating high school. Man.
No. I am.
Again, yes.
24.
We'll explain Buster's. We'll explain Buster's presence in a moment. Novi, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good, Joe. This is one of the rare occasions where I don't have to work the day after the Grin. So
we're playing video games after this.
Well, yes, which is also good because I don't have to work, so I can sleep throughout the morning. I'm not gonna stay up all night like you'll have to, but I'll join you for some.
Damn, did Monty have you doing the Saturday morning shifts over there? Was
He's working fucking Saturday morning slam.
Just in the stream, y'all, just planning Dynamite reviews.
We like to coordinate the week before.
Yeah, I wish I did. Caden Lee, how are you, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm tired. I had my first full week of my new work.
Caden looks cooked. Look at him.
He's ready for a shoot fight, Joe.
I don't know if I've ever been this tired in my life. I took an hour and a half nap before this. I woke up at 7:30. I woke up at 7 this morning for a shift. I was out with my coworkers until 2 a.m. last night.
That's a job.
And so, running on minimal sleep.
Just want to say, because there's been a lot of debate about this recently, and we even discussed it. We settled on we really like Caden Lee, don't we, boys? We talked about this at length. We spent an hour or so just kind of kicking around the pros and the cons. Love this Caden Lee guy, man. I love him. And I love saying his full name every time I speak about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The greatest.
Well, you really can say it.
Yes. Manny the Hooper, I know you love Caden Lee. How are you this evening, mate?
I'm fine. I got myself in a pickle at work, and
I'm fine.
I gotta. I was hoping to have this Saturday off, my first Saturday off in I want to say 3 years. So I was like, man, I finally have a Saturday off. I decided to do a transmission, and they told me last minute, we need it by Saturday afternoon. I was like, what? You guys said I had 2 weeks. So
no longer.
But other than that, you're good.
Yeah, and I also booked the show with not letting Joe know beforehand.
That rules.
That was fine. I don't care. It is funny that Novi like specifically picked that date for something for Full Sail, right? Over you said to me, like, we'll do 14th Full Sail. I was like, let me just see how it works out. And then the graphic appears, June 14th, Flag Day. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. We have some business to handle here. Josh Beck has become a new member. I want to say there was another new member that like StreamYard is not crediting, but either way, Josh, welcome aboard. There is 101 things going on at all times, so I'm sure you won't be. You have a lot of options at your disposal as to where to start. I don't know where I'd recommend, but enjoy the grins, brother. Welcome aboard. Great to see new members. Great to see familiar members too. Fahad sent a healthy super chat, says in celebration of the machine gun coming soon graphic. I do want to say this. Those of you that saw the graphic, the screenshot, I should say graphic. Those of you saw the screenshot and the in a month or so caption, and you're thinking, why in a month or so? And the boys can co-sign this without spoiling anything. If we get together what we're wanting to get together, if we put together what we're hoping to, it'll be worth the wait and then some. Yeah. We're very confident about that. So I hate to be cryptic, but I also have to promote things. So stay tuned. Machine Gun will be featured on this channel soon, and hopefully he will not be alone. Thank you for the super chat, Fahad. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Lord Lambo has been a member for 9 months and says, so, what do you guys want to talk about? Caden, obviously referencing one of your all-time favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about, Caden Lee?
You know, JC Jane won the NXT Women's Championship this week, and I'm really happy for you, Joe. I think it's like the only like big thing happening in women's wrestling. To be quite honest, I'm not sure what else is going on. Mercedes.
Oh, damn. He was doing so good, too.
Crazy freeze there. Look at that.
And you just beat him up into that Wi-Fi.
That's so... It's so Caden Lee that he's, like, in rhythm making shots, and then he freezes violently. Like, so sad. Caden, you're back.
Yeah, for some reason, my laptop is, like, connecting and disconnecting to the Wi-Fi on the Ethernet, so I'm going to see if I can fix that.
When I'm sure about your Wi-Fi before Mariah May.
Big Manny dunking on people's Wi-Fi. What a moment. Thank you, Lambo. I hope you enjoyed the grins, mate. Sure there's going to be much Mariah May conversation ahead. It seems like she's going to be working with JC, right? It seems like so. Pretty cool. For Hard sent a super chat. We are taking the briefcase. Hashtag Andrade. I saw he made the match. That's pretty surprising, right?
Yeah, he sure did.
And they're doing like a Punk AJ triple threat, which is like full. You know when Tony would, when he'd see a few tweets and go, fucking, let's just put something together. It felt like that. So if like Steve Regal went, right, I'll show him.
They threw Chad Gable in the match too for the 3-way. That's a pretty
kayfabe.
Kayfabe, bro. What the fuck?
Well,
have some respect for this business. But it should be good. It should be good. Hopefully Andrade wins for Hard. I don't think he will, but I think he won't either. So we'll live the dream. I don't have to lie to him. He's very aware, isn't he?
Yeah.
We're still rooting for Andy regardless, right?
True.
Robbo has been a member for 9 months. His best 9 months of money I've spent. Here's to more. That's very, very kind. Very, very kind. It is crazy. It's been 9 months.
Yeah.
But then I say that and I realize there's legitimately probably like 250 LNG Gold streams. So, adds up, I guess. But
how much have we done, Joe? You said the number the other day in the 30 days that we've been around.
Yeah, the last payroll, because that's the way I calculate everyone. That's my magic formula. Out of the total, and I divide by the amount of shows. And we did 31 shows in that 30-day block. We've done more than that, by the way. We've done 34 before. Yeah. Seems healthy.
Like
we're awesome. Look, we rule.
Yeah, we're beast.
LNG Gold,
over there.
The playlist of LNG Gold has 222 videos. And let's put this, I've definitely just not put some in the playlist. So over 200. It's been a hell of a time. We can't do without you. Like, legitimately, we just wouldn't. We are very, very thankful. And we do take, contrary to, I don't say contrary, probably. I think most people are aware. But, sometimes, like, these things turn into paywall things. And I think it becomes very sort of, we've all seen it was this. And I just want to stress, and I think Robbo, what he's saying here can kind of co-sign. we do take it pretty seriously. And so so much so that like next week we're doing a Wednesday Grin for the 4-hour Dynamite.
Mhm.
And there's a very good chance I still do that TNA show on Friday just to make sure like people are getting what they get, you know. So yeah, so much going on. We're very thankful for the support. Manny?
I will say, if you're subscribed, you get your money's worth, man. It's crazy how many shows. Like every time, like I go back on YouTube, I'm like, fuck, another show.
Yeah, it's too many shows. We know it's too many shows, but we would rather do too many than too few. That's the way we see it. And people can pick and choose. Yeah. Because there's some weird stuff we cover, right? Not everyone's going to want to watch Dean. Not everyone's going to want to watch us book for WCW. Like, it's all over the shop. Shay Moose has been a member for 6 of those months. He says, who will be the bracket buster of Buster's Bracket Buster?
Buster.
Yeah, good answer. Could be. Thank you for the 6 months, brother. Awesome. Appreciate you all. Okay, so I did want to know. Some of you wondering why is Brain Buster here?
Oh, hold on. Get pause. Rosha, what are you talking about?
What are we speaking?
I think it's just a promo segment for Kalish. I think it's probably just a funny graphic.
Oh, it is, but it rules.
Okay.
Oh, I thought something happened with Russia. I said, "Oh fuck!"
While I explain this, Buster, throw it on the screen if you can.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
So some of you may be wondering why the Great Brainbuster is here tonight, which is probably something you don't wonder often. But this evening we are changing slightly. We're playing with the bracket format. This is something we really have fun doing. It's something we're going to see a lot more of in the coming years, I should say, long term talking here, you know. And we're tinkering with that a little bit. And so I thought it would be really fun if Buster is here while we discuss these things, while we make our picks. And it's a strike system. So in the first round, we'll start there and then we'll work backwards. In the first round, Buster is going to have 3 strikes. This doesn't mean he can stop us from voting the way we're voting. What it means is before the votes are locked in, he can try to convince us otherwise. But he has to be selective, right? If he blows them all early, he's stuck. Yeah. In the second round, we'll probably do another 3, and then it will drop, and by the end, it'll be obviously, you know. But the final, he won't have any, and so on and so forth. We'll figure it out as we go. But I really like the idea. You know, and Robbo's exactly on the exact track I've got here. I just really liked the idea of Buster like selling for our bullshit. That's why I wanted to do.
We'll see if I actually end up doing it because there's a lot of these that I could be like, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're all great wrestlers. Our guy for hard.
Sorry.
You're good.
Kidding.
You're good.
It's fine.
Let me get this. The most. Oh my god, that's a cool stat, dude.
That's unbelievable.
Wins and losses matter too, famously. So that's beautiful.
True.
Look at that. Look at Stokely.
Rankings.
Look at Stokely. Okay, so Fard did just gifted 10 LNG Gold memberships. Now this is significant for a range of reasons. Firstly, it's awesome. Thank you for Hard. If you got one of those memberships, thank him. That just did something, folks. We just crossed 350 LNG Gold members. I think after the first week we were hovering, like we were chasing 200. I think first couple days, and I always say to the boys, like, generally with these things, you start at a number and people kind of go, "I don't need it," and that's completely fine because it's fucking wrestling conversation. So we're very proud of that number climbing, and obviously, for Hard helps a lot. I know that Jumanji Hunter also has done a lot of gifted subs, but we're also, you know, we added a sub earlier today and a member today. Sorry, so we're very, very thankful for the support. We're going to keep it moving. Obviously, we have some cool stuff coming up, and we really like the main thing, and we talk about this a lot off the air, and I promise we'll get to the brackets in a second. But we talk about a lot off the air, like, we really want to do stuff in the rest of this year. Like, for those of you that are members and have supported us with your money, like, we want you to see it and go, man, that's really cool, and like, you feel part of it. So we are very, very thankful. Again, huge thanks for Hard specifically for these 10 gifted memberships. If you got one of those, thank him. But thanks to everyone that's tuning in, man. It's late on a Friday night. If you are confident you're going to like this video, I have some great advice to you from young Novi there. That's what you can do.
Well, there's one thing. There's a button down below. It looks something like this, and you can just go ahead and smash that like button.
You opposite thumb. Other thumb.
It's this
other thumb.
No. Other thumb.
I guess yes. Technically, it would look like this.
Technically, something technical here. All right. Let's get into it. We've got a lot of names to go through. Before we do, Buster, what is your criteria of choice? We always let the bracket, you know, owners decide, like, is this GM mode? Is this career? What are we thinking, brother?
So I think the best way to go through it is GM mode. However, I would like to throw in the wrench of like how much of a my guy they are, how much of a buster guy they are, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be the entire thing,
But you should consider it.
An aspect of it, yeah.
You should consider it. All right, folks, we're going to work our way through here. The way this is going to work is Buster is going to introduce the matchup. We're going to talk about some. We're going to put our votes in. He obviously has those 3 strikes. The Oracle of Wrestling can be used as a deciding vote as we go here, because obviously we have 4 Grinners on screen. He should hopefully be here later. With that in mind, let's get rolling. Many names to work through. Brainbuster, where we starting, brother?
Eddie Guerrero versus Sting,
which is a crazy matchup. Did they ever
Psychotic.
work? I wonder if they did a WCW match, but I don't think so. No, maybe they did something in WCW. But this is obviously a crazy match. 2 all-timers, 2 iconic pro wrestlers. This is actually not that hard for me, but I'm intrigued where everyone else goes. Manny with a very confident nod there. What you thinking, brother?
I want Sting. Like, as soon as that was the first one that popped in my head. Sting.
So you're going Sting, okay?
Yeah,
tremendous. You were nodding at saying that I was not feeling. All right, I've got Eddie here. I think Eddie's a way better pro wrestler. To be honest, I wouldn't have this particularly close, to be completely real. But I understand Sting's longevity. Yeah, I mean it's part of it, right? Sting's longevity is immense, and like it's hard not to kind of Eddie passed 20 years ago this year, and Sting wrestled last year, and Sting started as a major mainstream wrestler long before. So. I get it, but I just think Eddie's just so much better, to be frank. I don't mean that to diminish Sting, but Eddie's one of the most talented wrestlers ever. We got 1-1 here. Caden Lee, what you feeling?
I talked about it on the Grin along we did a few days ago, but I just don't have the experience with Eddie that I would like to have, so I'm going to go with Sting.
This is going to be a close shave right out of the gate here. Novi, do the right thing. What are you thinking, Novi?
When I think about these 2 wrestlers, I'm thinking about peaks, and there's nobody's peak I'd rather take than Eddie Guerrero. I'm going with Eddie.
Let's go. Good work. Like, I actually do get, to be fair, in GM mode, I actually do get why this is kind of complicated, right? Because Sting's safe for bet. And nonetheless, we immediately turn to the Lord Oracle here. The Oracle of Wrestling, unsurprisingly, takes Eddie Guerrero. So that is our first man advancing. Obviously 2 icons top. Buster, if you can you like keep track of the bracket?
I'll try my best. I was trying to figure out how to do that. Don't know. Oh, actually, I'll just do this.
I honestly think the best just list the next matchups, bro.
Do I have to keep count of what I pick, or
no?
Oh,
it's best we don't do that.
No, don't do that. You could, whatever works, Buster. I mean, we'll probably got to figure it out, right? Yeah,
I'm drawing on it.
All right,
there you go.
One that I think should be a little more simple, I hope anyway. Definitely 2 of the great promos up next, Buster. Take it away.
Yeah. New Jack versus Jay Briscoe. I would kill to watch these 2 work, genuinely.
Yeah. I I definitely think if they were to do a feud, the promos could take some unfortunate directions, but God, it would be eventful, certainly. Yeah. I honestly believe that what I say. I think these are 2 top tier wrestling promos historically.
Yes.
But in fear of being dismissive of New Jack, who I do think was a blast, this is Jay Briscoe, right, boys? Are we?
Yeah.
We on board? Yeah. We all on board? Any pushback?
no.
Shout out the dives. Shout out the elbow drops.
Okay. Jay Briscoe, Oracle of Wrestling, agrees with us. And Oracle's a big New Jack fan, hilariously, which is sounds like I'm doing a bit, but is actually the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay Briscoe advances to meet Eddie in our next round. Buster, this is one that I'd imagine caused Oracle a great deal of pain. What we got next?
Yeah. Finlay versus Bobby Eaton. Did these guys ever work? Do you know?
They must have had like a worldwide soup studio. They must have done something. They were around at the same time for so long. Okay, so this is one I don't expect Caden to have strong opinions on. Caden, am I correct?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Sorry, they worked Saturday night in March of '99.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Caden, I'll start with you because you have strong opinions. Where does your gut feeling take you here, mate?
Oh, I Fit Finley's just cool. So
and he loves to fight.
Yeah, he loves to fight. He's a cool. I like him. I like the fella.
I do too. I don't know if I like him in this matchup necessarily. I'm very, very torn on this. I think these are two of the best workers ever, to be honest. Just bell to bell. I like watching Bobby Eaton wrestle more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I'm thinking about, who I want on my team, I think the wrestling I would present, I think would be a lot more well suited to Bobby Eaton. Fit's obviously a better pro, but Fit's not Dusty Rhodes.
Right.
Bobby Eaton's very versatile. Yeah, give me Bobby Eaton here. I'll tie it up. Novi, I saw you doing some research earlier. How you feeling on this one, mate?
I have. That research has led me down one path, and even before then, from what we've seen throughout our time here on LNG, Bobby Eaton's going through. I love Fit Finlay. I enjoy his matches. They pop me, but Eaton's got a watching him go in the tag.
Yeah, we've watched a lot of grin-alongs with Bobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, pretty sick. I like it. Good work, Novi. All right, it's 2-1 currently at Bobby Eaton. Manny, have you got a feeling on this, or are you going to send this to the Oracle of Wrestling once again?
This is very weird for me because as soon as you said those names, like for some reason I couldn't picture Fit in my head. I just pictured like just two white guys with like long blonde hair, and with a bit of a gut. And it's just like if I pick Fit, does Hornswoggle come with them?
Well, I'm very angry at the idea that's going to decide your vote, I have to say, but I don't know. I say like no, but if yes, I don't know. I mean, I know what you want from me here, Manny. If you want, I guess. I mean, I guess you get Cornette with Bobby and you get Hornswoggle with Fit.
Oh man,
two guys with bad knees.
Two podcasters. Which way will you go?
Wait,
Two
it's a
Fox News
podcast?
watchers.
Yeah, man. Two
I don't
podcasts.
I'm gonna go with Fit. 'Cause I feel like I've seen more of Fit.
And with that, the Oracle of Wrestling is sending Fit Finlay through to the
Oh
decider.
my god.
I'm actually surprised at that. I mean, I know he loves Fit, but man, Bobby Eaton, like he fought Bobby's corner last time, I remember.
Yeah.
He did. Heavily.
Damn. Bobby Eaton had in round 1. Buster, how you feeling through 3 matchups here, man?
I haven't had like a major issue with any of these yet, which
Yeah.
I guess I could have probably predicted. Like, I think once we get into the later rounds, I'll start to get a little more frustrated, probably.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm cool. I'm okay.
All right, mate. I think this next one might get controversial. Take it away, Buster.
Ricky Steamboat versus Samoa Joe.
So,
Good
first
God.
thing. First things first. Like, this match would be unbelievable,
Yeah.
dude. Because this is a matchup you can actually like picture. Because Joe would be the heel, and
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
This is like saying, "Hey man, who do you want, Devin Booker or LeBron James?" So it's like,
insane combo.
that's
I don't know how-
crazy.
In what world? Like, I think Samoa Joe is awesome. In what world is he LeBron James? Like,
I
what?
don't know. I don't know.
In
That's
every
the
world.
first- As soon as you said Samoa Joe, I said, "Oh, LeBron James." I mean, that's
Yeah, like for like. I get it. So, oh, Jesus. Right. So Manny's got Samoa Joe, clearly. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. See, I feel for the old guys because when Manny goes that way, and Caden Lee's a dangerous player in this
Right,
game.
yeah.
See?
Very scary.
Look at him grinning at me. Look at him.
He knows what
what's
he's
about to do.
doing. Look at him.
I mean, not to break kayfabe, but that was we had a conversation about a TW thing coming up soon.
Yeah.
That was the entire thing we had with Caden. Was like he'll come out of
Dangerous.
left field with a lot of names.
He's a really
gonna be
dangerous
awesome.
bloke.
This
Very
was a
dangerous.
conversation that was held behind my back. Damn.
Well, it wasn't insulting. It was more like we need to have Caden Lee in this. It'll be
You
fucking
see-
Yeah,
awesome.
we booked you.
Oh, okay.
You see Jamashi Hunter,
Oh, okay.
Joe playing defense.
I'm scared. I'm really scared right now.
Should I just go ahead and make my pick, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, you're picking Samoa Joe, right?
Yeah, I'm picking Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is one of the coolest wrestlers of all time. He's awesome. It's gonna take a lot for me to vote against Samoa Joe.
Oh,
All right. Got
I don't
two
like
votes
this
ready
team.
for Samoa
I don't
Joe.
like that.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Because if I feel bad if I were to send Samoa Joe here, like through here, because I fucking
Sweet.
love Ricky Steamboat. One of the best to ever
Remember
do
when
it.
we watched that match, that Chi-Town Rumble match together? That was great, wasn't it?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love Samoa Joe, but I think I want to leave this up to the Oracle
Oh.
Wrestling. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna
Oh,
go with the
no.
Dragon.
To be fair, Joe might go small.
I'm
Joe.
really torn on this. I actually am really torn on it. I'm
hoping that you go Dragon, so we just leave it to Oracle.
Oh, that's crazy. Joe just left you on ice, so that's what he did. He just said
I'm just torn. I don't know. This is a hard thing to compare because to me they play very different roles. Joe is more. You can put Joe in different slots more. Steamboat's going to play he's going to be a babyface. He's going to be an underdog baby, not underdog, but white meat babyface. Joe can be conquering hero, he can be bully heel, so on and so forth. Joe's a better promo.
Do you think TNA dings Joe enough?
Yes.
I feel like that's.
I think Ricky Steamboat is so much more consistent. That is why it's
exactly.
Because I think skill for skill, I do think Joe has more like strings to his bow.
Mm-hmm.
But Steamboat is so consistent and is so good for his whole career that for that reason I'm going to pick Ricky Steamboat, which means that again from SmackDown, Oracle is having a great deal of impact on this telecast, and he is sending through Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh,
God bless.
Like in my head, this played out like a basketball play. Like we're playing hard defense. We scored really quick. Novi started bouncing the ball, dribbling the ball like James Harden, just dribbling the air out of the ball, and then is Joe gonna set the screen or not? He sets the screen and then just alley oops it to Capella.
That's awesome. Okay, Steamboat sending Samoa Joe home in round 1. Buster, how are you feeling, mate?
that one surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. Not enough to argue over it, but it is surprising because I mean Joe is just. I think the level of him, like the level of versatility he has, is like
he does have more
through the lens of a GM. It's just
But man, think about how, we talk about how cool Joe is. Look at young Steamboat when he's jacked.
Yeah.
But he's playing the same role.
But
He is. I think if you get it right, he can be the guy. I think for you. Maybe not at Hogan level. I think he can be at a lower level. I don't know. Two all timers. I'd love to see them wrestle if we had a time machine. That'd be like genuinely of all the historical greats. I think Steamboat would be among the best Samoa Joe opponents. He'll be awesome. All right, Buster. Hilarious matchup next. Go for it.
From probably like one of the most difficult ones to clearly one of the easier ones, but it popped me.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné versus Buzz Sawyer.
You wanted to get Buzz on there. You thought it was the right thing.
I had to. Yeah.
He has the sick power slam. He's like, Buzz Sawyer's a good wrestler, but this is one we can do swiftly, right? Mercedes Moné is very significant piece. Man, he's bowing.
Just settle the offense walking up the court. Settle the team.
We all got Mercedes here, right, boys?
Yes.
Yeah, but I will say, young guns out there, not the young guns on screen, those of you that are, in a similar boat, some Buzz Sawyer. Good wrestler.
I watched a match today just to pop myself. It was very fun. He's very jacked.
He is, and he's like roughhouse. Apparently, he was a real mean guy, which
he was
makes
an asshole.
Horrible guy. I remember Arn Anderson even was like piece of shit. I was like, wow. All right. Good stuff. Respect. Mercedes Moné on her way through. She will be facing. No, she will not be. Yes, she will. She'll be facing the winner of a dream match. Up next, Buster.
Kenny Omega versus Kenta.
So this is a wild match. And now I say dream match. I'm sure they wrestled in like the G1 in the late 2010s or something like that because Kenta came back.
Right?
He came back to Japan, I should say. But
no. Kenny left because Kenny would have joined left for AEW in 2019. That was when Kenta came in.
They've only ever teamed together.
Yeah, Kenta's first G1 was the summer that Kenny was in AEW because Moxley came in to do the G1.
The only time they could have interacted was Ring of Honor, but I don't think they would have interacted.
And it was different. Either way, it wouldn't have been the matchup we're thinking, right? The matchup we're thinking is, 2005 Kenta or whatever, 2016, 2017 Kenny Omega. Which probably would have been, it may have been the most dynamic offensive wrestling match ever.
For sure.
Those two styles clashing would be incredible to look at.
This isn't actually particularly close for me, but I'm interested to see if I'm on an island with that. Novi, you go first, mate.
I love Kenny Omega. I've loved his time in AEW so much. He means an incredible amount to my fandom of professional wrestling and how that's evolved. He's one of the greatest wrestlers to ever do it. Some of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. When it comes to like who I'd rather have on my team sometimes, I'd like to sit in Gorilla and watch Kenta go out there and grapple.
Oh,
I'd like to
okay.
go out. I'd like to sit in Gorilla and see Kenta throw his kicks, throw his chops, center ring, 2005. I'm going Kenta.
wow.
We're taking his elite card has been fully stripped away. It's over.
I'm sure he's devastated.
No.
That poster's coming down,
Yeah.
Novi.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Caden, I presume you're tying things up here.
Yeah, I honestly I don't think it's a particularly close matchup. I think Kenta has like one of the best primes ever. His peak is so good, but Kenny Omega is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He is amazing. He is a god.
Well,
So
aggressive. But
I don't
that's
care.
that's
So
what's
I-
actually interesting. These are actually more similar than I initially.
Yeah.
Because
Kenta. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to be talking. Whatever.
Good context.
Kenta's prime is like, it's pretty long.
yeah,
He goes from like 2005. He's not like really bad until like 2015.
yes, like for me though, like he does have such a long era. It's like kind of like when Joe said that Samoa Joe's TNA era hurts him. Kenta's Hideo Itami era
I guess.
brings him down
It's-
significantly.
I think it hurts his aura for the kids, you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
but
can say something about Kenny Omega.
Grow up.
I don't want-
I don't
heavyweight.
think Kenny's current stuff is
Man,
good. It's all very good. I don't think Kenny's ever
Um,
dropped.
I think this. So for me, the reason this is easy for me is not because I think Kenta sucks or anything. I just legitimately would watch Kenny Omega like every day of the week before I watch Kenta. I just much prefer watching him wrestle. So for me, it's not like prime Kenta. I can appreciate it, but I don't. It doesn't kind of scratch the itch the same way that Kenny Omega matches do for me. So I've got Omega. So we're 2-1. Kenny Omega, Manny. No pressure.
Omega don't got shit on Kenta, man. I'm gonna go.
Oh,
I
Love.
go Kenta, and he is one that, bro, in his tag partner Marufuji, bro, that's fucking incredible.
well,
well, I'm afraid we're about to take a controversial turn because you will not be surprised now the Oracle of Wrestling is putting Kenta through. So we're off to an electric start, boys. We're off to a bust out.
I'm not
You know,
arguing against it at
good.
all.
Kenta was great. I mean, I'm imagining Oracle like looking at those names and thinking
Just laughing.
he doesn't like Kenta at all. But that's the thing.
Yeah,
He
I know.
doesn't. He's so nasty, bro. Oracle just popping huge, getting ready to go to SmackDown. I'll put Kenta through.
That is crazy. Omega and Samoa Joe out the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in deep trouble. Yeah. What's next, mate?
This match probably would have fucking ruled. John Cena versus Dynamite Kid.
Yes.
This
In,
match
like,
would have been,
in front of like a hardcore crowd, you know.
yeah, bro. This match would have been incredible.
This is such a hilarious matchup because they're like opposite ends of the spectrum and they're
Mhm.
among great wrestlers. Like, this is hilarious. Manny, go for it. I know what you're gonna do here. Go on.
I'm gonna zag here. I'm gonna go with John Cena, man. I'm gonna.
I was convinced you were gonna do a strong Dynamite pick there.
Nah, man. I'm gonna go with my boy Cena, man. We fucking rocking right now.
Yeah?
Well,
No, I mean, before this we were rocking.
Right, okay, there you go.
I too have got Cena. I love watching Dynamite work, but like, it's very hard to compare the body of
Right,
work
yeah.
and like what they. And also, we're talking GM, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picking Dynamite over Cena in GM brain would be psychotic, right? Like,
In my head too, like, if I can get to this Kenta John Cena matchup in my head, man, that'd be sick.
yeah, I guess so. We'll find out. But Cena for me, Caden, Cena, or are you zagging or zigging? I guess.
This isn't like a close one to me, to be honest. One of the greatest all time. I want Billington. Give me the Dynamite
Yeah.
Kid.
I just this guy's got no shame. Look at him grinning wide.
Disgusting guy.
Novi.
No, we've got to tie it up. Send this to Oracle.
I'm going Cena.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oracle
Fair.
also had Cena, so it's John Cena, isn't it? I mean, it's just
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we once did that bit where we put Athena through over Cena, but Cena really is in this game going to be pretty hard topple.
Yeah.
All right, things are taking shape, folks. Things are heating up. Things are getting controversial. We're trying to get through this at a better pace. I know the Burt bracket went about 8 hours or so we're trying our best here. Buster, what's next?
Another match that would have been incredible. Akira Hokuto versus Umaga.
Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a Hokuto expert. I've seen, like, Buster, would you say her prime is the mid-90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of those matches, and I know she has a match later with Samoa that's, like, end of the 90s, maybe early 2000s, like the
Early
later.
2000s.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them
2001.
like the dates like that.
Yeah. I do know that Hokuto is, like, generally considered to be on those lists that we talked about earlier with, like, we talk about Joe or Kenta or Kenny or whatever. In terms of peaks, I know that Hokuto is considered to be one of the best ever. I say all this to say, even as someone that's not an expert, I don't think you can compare the significance and, like, frankly, just how unique a talent they are. I think Akira Hokuto is, like, the easy choice here, and I love Umaga, and I agree they would have been a great match. But I don't know how educated everyone is, so we'll see how this goes. Caden, do you have extensive knowledge of Akira Hokuto?
I don't have extensive knowledge of either of these wrestlers. So I'm going to say, come back to me after everybody else does theirs.
This piece of shit, dude.
Manny?
I love me some Hokuto, so I'm gonna go with her. And plus, I was listening to her theme song the other day too, so
Sick.
it's on my playlist. So,
When was the last time you listened to Umaaga's theme song?
I don't think I ever have. That's one of the things. Like I like to skip a lot of entrances and stuff like that. But when it comes to like the Joshis, when I was like into watching wrestling all the time, I would make sure I would watch their entrances and stuff like that because they're so like pageantry in the entrances and all that. So,
All right, 2 votes for Akira Hokuto. Novi, any feeling on this one, mate?
Mandy brings up pageantry. Akira Hokuto is one of the coolest wrestlers of all time. She has one of the coolest wrestling images of all time. You see it all over Twitter frequently. Akira Hokuto, easy one for me.
Oracle also has Hokuto, so Caden is excused.
Oh,
2 AEW stars. Yes, Manny?
And she did the better entrance than Shawn Michaels when she came down from the Raptors in all white.
yeah, true.
Better
It's
than Shawn.
Hokuto and it's Alexa, the top 2 from the ceiling entrances, right?
Fellas,
Two sides of the same coin.
this they just announced Ultimo Guerrero versus Yoda Tsuji for Arena Mexico.
Sick.
That's going to be awesome.
We have 2 AEW stars clashing on next, Buster. This would be a nice match on Collision, huh?
Yeah, it'd be gorgeous. 20 minutes. Let him run it. Roderick Strong, Christian Cage.
Oh,
This is a very, very dividing matchup for myself, I would say.
wow. Well,
Yeah. I love Roddy, but like I don't know, man. I think this is a pretty tough matchup for him, to be honest. I love him and I'd love to see him wrestle, but like you're not losing a ton of match quality by going with Christian, and Christian is so much better at everything else. I don't know, Manny. I feel like you're gonna go the other way on this.
I'm gonna go with Christian.
Oh, you zagged again.
Throw up the seas, bro.
Whoa.
This one, this game.
Yeah, that one.
The instant classic. Okay, Christian Cage vote on.
Hell yeah.
Caden, who you got, Christian or Roddy?
this is actually a very difficult one because I agree with what you said that there's certain things you get out of Christian that you're not going to get out of Roddy, and the match quality doesn't have as big of a gap. However, from my GM mode, I would like a talent who I know can go out there and give me a very good 12 to 15 minute match, like consistently, and just kind of keep them in that slot. And I don't have to really worry about a lot of other things. So I'm going to go with Roddy here.
So what you're saying is you actually would appreciate Roddy's lack of like upwards mobility, I guess, right? Like I'm not
Yeah.
saying, like you're saying,
Yeah,
you,
way to
he's
frame
got
it,
his
yeah.
role.
He's someone
Yeah.
who play. He's a role player, and I think
Yeah.
that's like. And I also like. I love Roddy. I love Roddy.
Yeah, look at Manny.
He's like, man, you better learn your role, bro. That's pretty much what he said.
No, I wasn't even dunking on Caden. Like I get what he's saying, because there's only so many spots. All right, Novi, what are you thinking?
I mentioned at the start, this is very dividing for me. Christian Cage is one of my favorite wrestlers to watch as a kid. Fell in love with Captain Charisma, played him at all the games. It was sick. But Roddy Strong is a favorite of my adult life. Basically, Roddy Strong is a favorite of my current Grabs fandom. I'll always tune into a Roddy Strong match and just smile a little bit. So I'm going Roddy.
2 votes for Rod Dog. My goodness. All right, I got Christian. Too versatile and just so damn good in his own right. He maybe isn't the super worker quite that Roddy is, but man, he's fucking great. So give me Christian. Before I send this deciding vote, Buster, are you okay with this going to the Oracle vote, mate? Or are you?
I'm cool
Okay.
with this.
The Oracle of Wrestling unsurprisingly takes one of his favorites, the instant classic. Christian Cage heads through to the next round. A LNG Hall of Fame featured up next, Buster. Talk to us about.
Dax Harwood versus Sareee.
Needs to happen, firstly.
Yes.
Corrigan Hall. Could you imagine that Surrealism graphic? Like just Dax.
Just
Immediate grin along.
Just looking angry at the fucking camera. Sareee smiling.
God, that's sick. Obviously, I'm a bigger Dax Harwood fan than Sareee. There's like 4 wrestlers ever that I like more than Dax Harwood. It's a tough draw, though. Tough for me to make a good argument for Dax, to be honest. Novi, what are you thinking?
I think you're putting Dax in a singles in the way this is formatted a little bit. Obviously, you have to think of him as a tag worker, but I don't know, just the way that my brain processes it, and even still, Saree's what a year she had last year. She's continuing to have a great year this year. Her peak seems to be among some of the best in wrestling's history, and we're currently in it. Very easily going Sareee. I think she's incredible.
Yeah, me too. I think if you're talking about value on the board, what she gives you, I think, is far more novel in the sense that you can build the whole division around her, right? Which as a singles, you're not going to do with Dax. But tough draw for Dax. I got Sareee too. Manny, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking 2 things right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna address the first one. It'll be quick. Joe, is that a new Psycho poster behind you, or is that you've had that?
No, it's been there for about 4 or 5 months, I think.
Oh fuck! I looked at it. I said, "Man, that's a nice poster." It is
nice. He's nice.
All right. Anyway, besides that, I don't really know serious game that much. I'm not a ball knower like that, so I'm going to go with Dax because I know the game.
Because I know the game. You know his game. I assume.
Right.
I know his game.
All right. A vote for Dax on the board. Caden Lee, are you taking Sareee or are you sending this to Lord Oracle's deciding vote?
I'm not going to pretend like I watch a lot of Sareee. I've seen very little, and it's something I want to fix at some point this year. But and so like I've obviously seen a lot of Dax. I love Dax Harwood. However, from the little I've seen of Sareee, I know that she wins this. So I'm going to give this to Sareee.
Unsurprisingly, Lord Oracle had the axe, so that was a pivotal vote for Caden Lee there. A pivotal vote. Sareee advances. We have our thumbnail matchup up next, Buster. This is one people are still hoping for. I'm not sure it'll ever happen at this point, to be honest, but a big matchup for sure.
Yeah, this is the one that there's a clear choice here, fellas. Let's lock in. CM Punk versus Kevin Owens.
Ah, dear, this is interesting.
This one.
No.
Manny, get out of the way, Manny. Go, mate. Go for it.
This is hard, man. The guy that killed the fleet, man.
Oh, you're doing that angle tonight. Interesting.
Both guys are on my shit list right now. I mean,
wait, since when did you decide you didn't like Punk? When did this happen?
Since I watched the fleet go in flames that one British afternoon.
Didn't you like
British
afternoon?
And then ever since then, nothing but think pieces about it ever since,
Well, you're right on the saying there.
True.
All
And you got to stop with that, bro.
I'm gonna go with with Kevin Steen.
Fuck, bro.
What just happened?
I've watched like 6 Kevin Owens matches with Manny, and he's not like any of them, dude. Like
He
what is
hasn't
happening?
looked at any of them. He doesn't watch them.
He calls him Kevin Stink.
What a legend this guy is, dude. All right.
A lot of zags tonight from the
Here's-
Hooper.
I think one of these guys, to be completely honest, is considerably better than the other, which is why I think Buster was alluding to with his framing of this. The only thing I would say is, from a GM point of view, one of them I think is a lot easier to have on the team, and that is something to
Oh.
consider.
Who gives a fuck?
Look, I mean, remember the flames man he was talking about, bro. I'm just saying, Kevin has his own quirks, but he ain't Pepsi. But I think CM Punk's way better, so I'm gonna take CM Punk.
We drink cola around here, baby.
Yeah, take that. Give me Punk. We're 1 each here. Caden Lee, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Joe, you brought up a good point of you take the GM perspective. I think it's actually like a very important thing. I also really like Kevin Owens. I think he rules.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm picking Big KO.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We're on the verge of Buster is close. He's ready to pull the trigger. Novi, what you doing here, mate?
You guys are fucking disgusting. This is the Buster bracket, and CM
Yeah.
Punk is down
I
1-2
agree.
currently. Grow up. Look at the flag. He's got the damn flag behind him. This is
Yeah.
the Buster bracket, and CM Punk is better than Kevin Stink.
He knew the game he was playing. He knew the game he was playing when he chose to do the bracket.
Wow, stiff. That sends it to Oracle, who, of course, is taking CM Punk.
Idols
Jesus
do fall.
Christ.
Remember, idols do fall.
Kevin Owens is great, but man, I don't know. Punk is
Guys, it's
pretty
not even
special.
fucking close. Jesus
pretty
Christ.
special. Because I would struggle to see what I would
Look,
struggle to point to what Kevin does better than Punk.
Yeah,
We
nothing.
know Punk is a quitter. So
quitter.
he's someone that takes his ball and go home. Steen.
Take his ball and go.
He wrestles through a hurt neck. So
Where's Kevin
have
right now,
some-
bro?
You have some real nerve doing this after spending 2 years calling him Kevin Stink, bro. You should be
Yeah,
ashamed of
wow.
yourself. I hope you know that. All right, next we have a match that I would pay just copious amounts of money to see, bro. I'm desperate to see this. And again, time machine situation. Give me this. Buster, tell the people about this next one.
It's another one that popped me just putting it all together. Jumbo Tsuruta versus Ultimate Warrior. Lock in.
Just imagine what
Crazy
this would look
matchup.
like, dude.
It'd be
All right,
awful.
I want to be quick with this. I fear Manny's not going to let me. It's Jumbo Tsuruta, isn't it? I mean, it's,
Yeah.
look, Manny, little nod there. You on board, Manny, or are you going to
Yeah, I like
zag again?
Tsuruta.
Yeah, good. I just wanted to make sure because I know you do some unique things on this show. I think we're sending the on Warrior home here pretty swiftly. Novi, you on board?
There.
Yeah, all respect to the figure that Brainbuster owns, but Jumbo's got to pass.
Pretty sick that Buster just went like, I'm putting him on the bracket just so I can do this match. I'm not even like the biggest Jumbo Tsuruta fan, but he's facing the on Warrior here, so
Yeah.
I think he's safe.
Yeah.
I felt the need to put Warrior on here because
Yeah,
sadly, he does mean a lot to my fandom.
yeah, that's fair. All right, we have another one that would be great with a time machine up next, Buzz. This is an all-star match up next.
I suspect this is gonna, maybe not. I don't know. I was gonna say this is gonna have some debate, but I don't know. AJ Styles and Terry Funk.
Yeah. Fascinating matchup. I have a pretty strong opinion on this, but I'll start with Manny the Hooper.
No, I think it's AJ.
You think it's very confident on that, Manny?
Yeah, I mean, Terry's good and all that, but I'm like that. So man, for the style of wrestling I want to see, I would just go with AJ.
Okay, this could get spooky quick. Caden Lee.
This motherfucker.
I don't have the Terry Funk knowledge. So I feel like I have to go with AJ, but I want to go with Terry Funk. From the GM perspective and everything I know about Terry Funk, I would rather have Terry Funk. So I'm going with Funk.
Terry
Give me
Funk-
Terry Funk.
Wasn't a homophobe from what I know. I never talked to him.
Yeah, and the few matches I have seen.
Whoa!
Buster
What are we
said-
doing here? What are we? This is
Buster, that was
hammering.
dangerously close to a strike. I have to tell you, that was dangerously close to a strike. Dangerously close. Manny said, "Hey, no politics, boys." No, look, man. I think AJ Styles is one of the greatest ever. I don't think he's Terry Funk, dude. I'm sorry. I think Terry Funk might be the 1 seed all time. So he may lose at some point in this. He ain't losing to AJ Styles, because the thing is, I can go to Terry Funk and be like, brother, house it down. I need you to do something crazy tonight and shoot an angle, and he's going to have 8 ideas.
Yep.
AJ has many gifts. That is not one of them. Like,
Put Moose's comment up on the screen. This is a good point.
Terry Funk wouldn't retire. Yeah, AJ's shown a real glee at getting out of the game. He was never told he was 35 at one point. Yeah, give me Funker here. Novi, what are you doing here, mate?
All love to the phenomenal one, but Terry Funk's career is incredible.
Yeah.
Funker goes through.
Oracle is on board with us here, so Funk naturally goes through. This next round is looking crazy. I'm just looking at the names that we're putting through. It's looking crazy. Here's a matchup that would have kicked some. In fact, they probably crossed paths.
Yeah, I think they
Ring of
worked
Honor?
a tag match in Ring of Honor. Yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
a 6-man tag of some kind.
Abyss's Ring of Honor work is like must see.
God,
The
it's
brief
fucking
run.
awesome, bro.
Yeah, that brief run is amazing, dude. Amazing run. Okay, did we say the names or did we just talk
No,
about
it's Abyss and Mark Briscoe.
I was thinking, did we just do Abyss and Mark Briscoe? Mark Briscoe, of course, been very noteworthy as of late in terms of just like, wow, pay-per-view matches, TV matches, the works. I think Abyss is a great monster. But I just don't think you can compare the talent level of these guys, and the amount of value they have, I think, is pretty wide for Mark Briscoe, to be honest. I've got Mark Briscoe here, Novi. I presume you're on the same page.
Yeah, Abyss has a legendary run that shouldn't be like just diminished.
And he's cool. Yeah.
But Mark Briscoe is Mark Briscoe, one of the most all-around wrestlers that you'll ever find, and still fantastic today. Even one of the best in the world, I'd say. So give me Mark.
It's really hard to find the lane. I mean, you could say like Abyss is more marketable, maybe, like with the kind of cool look, right? The action figure look. But
Yeah. I'd argue that Mark
exactly
he gets a mohawk figure too,
and Mark's not, in fear of kicking Roddy Strong while he's down. Mark's personality is huge. His promos are great. So it's like in just the in ring. Yeah, Mark Briscoe. Caden Lee, I assume you're taking Mark.
Mark Briscoe. Yeah.
Manuel.
I don't like what's going on here. All right, there's a lot of Joe and Novi here. I feel like they have plays, right? I mean, they haven't disagreed once so far in this show, and Buster hasn't, seemed shocked about it. But anytime me and Caden start fucking, saying names, Buster starts getting nervous and all that. And
No, this happened exactly one time. It's when you put fucking Kevin Owens over CM Punk.
Yeah, we also haven't agreed every time either.
I don't know. I just want people to notice what's going on here, but I'm gonna go with Mark Briscoe.
So you did all that and you just picked Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I'm just gonna do it anyways.
Yeah. Oracle
Illusion.
also took Mark Briscoe. Next we have a match that could have sold out a stadium, brother. Let me tell you, this would have been a spectacle and a half, Buster.
Yeah, the amount of pyro used would have been fucking ridiculous. The Undertaker versus Atsushi Onita.
I'm actually like, this feels like a TW thing we should explore.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I don't know where do you start with this?
How do you compare these two?
Yeah, I don't know.
So different.
Onita is what he pulled off as an attraction is genuinely remarkable and is probably the most impressive thing among them.
Mm-hmm.
Taker, I think, had like conventional grappling elements that, when I say grappling, I mean jiu-jitsu, I mean like pro wrestling, that do make him sort of a more steady force, maybe be the word, right?
Could say that.
But
at times though,
I think Onita is just too fucking cool and meant too much to the Bears, and his peak was so awesome, and I just feels like the right thing to do. So I'm taking Atsushi Onita personally. Hello, Caden Lee. Your friend Mark is on the bracket, mate.
My friend Mark Calloway is on the bracket, so I'm gonna go mean Mark Calloway.
You have to be fair, don't you?
Yeah, I kind of have to. I don't
Political.
really have a choice.
Yeah, sad. I would ask Manny because I want to create any causes of collusion, but I won't. Manny? Oh, Manny's back. Manny? Onita or the Undertaker?
Yeah, you guys keep going. Sorry, there's like.
All right, you're right, mate. Go. That's right, he's run off. He came back and then immediately left. That was spectacular.
Yeah.
Novi, what are you thinking here?
When I'm weighing which of these wrestlers means more to the Buster bracket, you have to think of two sides of the coin. You have to think of Old Man Taker,
Pajamas
which is
Taker.
very important to Brainbuster's fandom of professional wrestling. And then you have to think of FMW. And if I'm putting one, I'm balancing the scale, and I'm taking into consideration about how fucking cool Atsushi Onita was, I'm going Onita.
It's a great point, to be fair. Buster's, I mean, there's a lot here for Buster. This has got a great deal of emotional gravity for him. But I think, Manny, are you okay?
Yeah, no, there's just some family stuff going on. I can
Right.
hear everybody yelling. I don't know if you could hear it through the.
Slightly. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Onita or the Undertaker, Manny?
I'm gonna go with Onita.
The Oracle of Wrestling went the same way. So
God, fuck yeah!
just
I was ready to veto.
I think Mean Mark is he's lost a lot of cool points. I mean, I actually really like a lot of his work, but he's just lost a lot of cool points. And Onita's, nothing if not cool. Many flaws, but he's very cool.
He's never done a podcast in fucking Blue Lives Matter shirts. Sorry.
Not yet. Not yet. I think this next matchup would legitimately be a great match.
It'd be awesome. It'd be very slow, but it'd be awesome. Randy Orton and Genichiro Tenryu.
I mean, imagine Randy's face when Tenryu fires the first chop. Just immense regret and fear. Yeah, just mad as hell. I love Randy Orton. I think he's a great pro wrestler. I do truly believe that, but this is not close for me. Tenryu, I think his career is so much deeper, and this is not what we're picking on, but God, it's so much more interesting too. It's hard not to kind of weigh I don't know. I just think Randy's great, but I think he lacks some of the intangibles that someone like a Tenryu, who I think is a genuine all-timer, possesses. So easily Tenryu for me. Manny, what are you thinking, mate?
Randall wishes he can tie the boots of Tenryu, so Tenryu is moving on.
It would have been funny if you said that and then went, so Randy Orton will be here. 2 votes for Tenryu. Novi. We watched a little bit of Tenryu last week, huh?
We sure did. I love Randy Orton. He's one of my secret guys where I just every time I watch, he is a part of Novi FC. Every one of his matches pop me in some way, even the current day where he's very large. But you look at the body of work, he never left the Fed, bro. Tenryu.
Yeah, it's hard to compare him in that way. It's just Tenryu was involved in so much just movement and excitement, pain in the industry.
To be fair to Randall, he was in
Randall.
OVW.
Oh, true. Yeah, couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
Good call. Oracle Tenryu, Caden. I don't know if you're super familiar.
I'll go Tenryu. Yeah.
Sweep. This next one, I sense could be deeply unfortunate audio. Buster?
I put this together and I was
Proud of yourself.
rubbing my little rat hands together.
Yeah.
Hangman Page versus Sami Zayn.
Oh, shit.
Wait, who?
Hangman Page versus Sami Zayn.
See, now this is where you don't know, and this is where Manny is most scary, right? Yeah. Because you know he's going to strike in one direction or the other. You know he's going to do something dastardly. but it's unclear what. And after the Kevin Stink pivot, it's like, what is this guy going to do here? I mean, anything's possible. He's looking, he's sort of threatening me with his body language. Look at Manny. He's so ready to strike. We're going to make him wait. Manny, hold on. Let's go Caden Lee first. Caden Lee, Sami Zayn, Hangman Adam Page. Go for it.
My answer on this has changed in the last 7 days because there was a pay-per-view on Sunday that made me change my mind. Hangman Adam Page and Will Ospreay's match at Double or Nothing has made me see Adam Page in a new light. I am going with the cowboy. I'm riding with Novi's guy. And unfortunately, one of my favorites of all time, Sami Zayn, you're going down. I'm picking Adam Page.
You're going down. Wow. Trash talk on the way out the door. All right. Hangman Adam Page vote on the board. Manny, go for it.
When did y'all get the bracket, man? 7 days to think about it.
Well, we could kind of post it on the shows and Twitter and stuff. But anyway, Carol, who are you picking?
I can't believe Sammy's even on the list, man.
It's for me. It's my favorite wrestlers.
No Genichiro, just saying.
Oh,
same fucking thing, bro. The depth to Sami Zayn is just better than the depth to Genichiro as a character.
Come on, man. I'm gonna go with us. I'm gonna go with Hangman Page, man.
we're in deep trouble. Buster, I'm looking at you right now and saying it's going to be a bad time. This is fucking crazy. I know where Novi's going already, so before he even goes in that direction, I'm just going to say you guys are nuts. Give me Sam Zayn every single time, bro. I think Hangman's great. Sami Zayn is fucking incredible and has been incredible for we're looking at 20 plus years.
Wow.
Built to last.
Look at Novi.
That's a long time.
Look at Novi.
Yeah, man. It is a long time. It's a real long time.
How many of those were spent injured?
Do you know what the problem with that is, Joe?
What's the problem?
Big problem. When I look at Sami Zayn,
So, okay, Novi, listen to me.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
No,
actually,
listen.
I haven't given my pick yet.
So, here's the thing. Sami Zayn.
This goes against all rules. I haven't made my pick yet. You go away. You go away.
Whoa. Whoa. Let's get back to everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Caden, tell everyone to calm down.
Calm down,
Thank you, Caden.
please.
Right. Nobody, in fairness, had May's vote. But that's my fault. My fault. I encouraged your strike a little early.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, Novi, make your vote.
Look,
Just say it.
we're talking about a 20-year career, Joe.
Fucking
But I'm
idiot.
looking at the last little bit here. I'm looking at Sami Zayn's time on the WWF main roster.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the lineage of those top men's singles titles. And I struggle to see his name on that list. Do you know why, Joe Holbert? Do you know why?
Wow.
Because there's levels to the game.
This guy's bringing kayfabe achievements.
And
in.
Hangman
Disgusting.
Adam Page, when I look at an all-around wrestler, I'm just putting him
Shameful.
above. We're talking about a potentially two-time world heavyweight
potentially
champion.
as fucking Christian Cage logic.
You never know. You never know what could happen.
Bro, if Hangman Adam Page worked in the World Wrestling Federation, he'd be like the speed champion because he'd be so bad at politics, dude. It'd be it'd be terrible.
He's
for
a
him.
pussy. Listen,
It's
The
fake, dude.
the problem is
accomplishments
he
are
doesn't
fake.
work there. I mean, it's just a big problem. You know, it's just, sorry to say.
Yeah, he had such a great AEW title run. It ended great.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Remember
We
the
had-
flames he was talking about?
We had
Yeah.
so many great matches.
yeah, bro, Adam Cole.
So many.
So here's the thing.
Was it, we could compare the NXT championship?
Sami
to the AEW
Zayn
championship?
has been doing this for 20 years at such an insanely high level. Hangman Page, like, probably actively learns from Sami Zayn, or at least things that Sami Zayn pioneered in the business, and things of that nature. I understand that you have a hard on for the guy, but objectively, look at Generico's work, look at his work as Sami Zayn, NXT, like the Neville match, all that shit. Come the fuck on. Look, it couldn't be more obvious.
Is this an official
Genuine.
strike, Buster?
Yeah.
You do
Official
bring
right
up
now.
some- You do bring
That's
up some
one.
good points.
This is very important.
No, he's
Remember-
a piece of shit because he's going, you bring up good points. And then he's going, I'm gonna go, hey, man, hey.
Remember, Buster is not here. He cannot overturn votes, but he is here to fight the corner. Now, again,
You know,
my problem is, Novi, a
Joe
lot of
Obert,
things.
I have something to say.
All right, mate.
Very strong
When I
face.
think about how this bracket is supposed to look
Oh,
like,
God.
how we're supposed to treat this bracket, Buster's point of putting a personal hard-on aside does have a lot of credibility. And for that reason, I am going to pick
Oh,
Sami Zayn.
wow.
That
The
was
strike
crazy.
used successfully, and that sends it to our beloved Oracle of Wrestling, who unsurprisingly
We know who he's picking.
will be sending Sami Zayn through. That was a close shave, dude. That was
Take that.
scary.
Colt Cabana.
That was crazy, bro. He just like Novi just
Joe.
offered Joe right there. He just cut him off while he was talking, and he said,
Uh,
Yeah.
and then still picked
It's-
Sami.
Sometimes
that shit isn't even close.
I think Hangman's great, but the
Bro.
thing, Sammy's great at all the same things to me. That's the problem. I
He's
have.
great at all the same things.
And he
He's
has
been doing
other
it for
things.
20 years, and he's like actively influenced 90% of the wrestlers
Yeah,
today.
if
Like,
if we're being genuine too,
I don't think Sami
just-
can play an alcoholic cowboy. I'm just saying.
if that's crazy. If Sami Zayn was allowed to maybe have this ascension that we could see in this next couple years, I think it could mirror a lot of the same feelings
He's-
Hangman gives
yeah.
the fans.
Hangman's great. It's just there's a horrible matchup for him because a lot of the like specific chords he can strike, Sammy has, but Sammy can also be a comedy heel against Johnny Knoxville, right? It's just like
Yeah,
it's
and,
just a
and
horrible matchup.
addressing the chat, Brainbuster did bring up a good point. It's not always about how you personally feel. Sometimes you have to look
Yeah.
at objectivity in this business.
it's
all
also
right?
like really like look at Sami Zayn's versatility,
Yeah.
and then look at Hangman. How many layers to his character does he really have? You know what I mean?
no.
Like, but seriously, like generally, he's just like a sad fella that's kind of insecure sometimes.
So was
I
Sami.
think his ascension
No.
is differently.
That's not true.
So
Sami
is
Zayn-
Sammy.
No,
I saw the bloodline. I saw what happened. It's the same thing happened with the
there was
Elite when
like
he
there
got
was
kicked out of the
comedy.
Elite.
No,
There was
it-
comedy elements to that.
I don't
There
know
was,
if you
like,
phrased it
it's
the best
different.
way, but your point is absolutely true. Yeah, like Hangman would not have been able to do. I mean, imagine the silly stuff that Sammy did with the Usos.
Yeah.
And, he couldn't do that. Which is not a reflection of him. It's just Sammy in it. Sammy. All right, Sami Zayn's going through. That was
Oh.
contentious. People were taken off screen for a minute there.
Yeah.
One point, Novi did this one, like he was doing Instagram live or something. I was very scared.
He went into my playbook. I didn't like
He
that.
did the famed Hooper playbook. All right, Sami Zayn. What we got next, Buster?
This one I assume is going to have the same amount of contention and heat
Yeah.
to it. This is Matt Morgan and Mayu Iwatani. So
All right,
No,
Manny.
I mean, I don't really care about either of these two. So I mean,
All right, the rest of us taking Mayu Iwatani.
Well, some would call him the blueprint.
that's
in
so
that
fucking
case-
true.
True.
In that case, you would say he would be the blueprint for Mayu Iwatani. However, Mayu Iwatani is one of the greatest wrestlers to ever do it. So
Was she ever a mayor?
it's probably for the best that she wasn't, because I don't think that worked out too well for old Matt Morgan.
let's
look,
talk about
Matt
Matt Morgan as a podcast.
Morgan-
He's a bootlicker, man. That's what he was.
Cooked him, bro.
I
Matt
remember,
Morgan, the former mayor of Longwood, he
crazy.
did something in Seminole County, Florida. I'm gonna go with my fellow Floridian, Matt Morgan.
You should be ashamed of yourself. The Oracle of Wrestling, who I genuinely don't know has ever seen Mayu wrestle, did still put her forever Matt Morgan.
That's the correct answer.
Oh fuck.
did
Okay,
Manny
Matt
pick?
Morgan's. I assume
picked-
you picked Mayu when you
Yeah, he
sort
picked
of
Mayu, I think.
Matt being a bootlicker, I guess.
Okay.
I didn't pick anybody. I mean, if I had to pick someone, I'm going to go with Matt.
Oh, okay. So Oracle's starting boat was pivotal, actually. Fuck.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought when you called him a bootlicker, that was your answer. My
I
bad.
mean, he was.
Yeah, he was. Folks, if you're enjoying this, even if you think the decisions are stupid, which, I mean, of course they are, right? And this game is stupid. You see what Novi's doing there. Smash the like button, folks. Show us some love. We're having a hell of a time here on Friday night. LNG 163, boys. My goodness. All right, up next, Buster, go for it.
I mean, this one. Listen, it's pretty easy, but let's show some respect. Steve Austin versus Tajiri.
Tajiri is incredibly cool, and I actually do think like his era of WWE, so like early 2000s, right? 2000, 2005, whatever. I do actually think he's like one of the top 5 to 10 wrestlers in the whole company.
Yeah.
And I think if he was allowed to do more, his catalog in that time would be like astounding. Unfortunately, he's facing Steve Austin, right, boys?
Yeah.
So in this game, Steve Austin's going to be very formidable. I obviously am taking Steve Austin. Is anyone taking Tajiri here, boys? Just to before I Manny raises his hand.
You know,
You got Tajiri, Manny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The buzzsaw.
Yeah, fair enough.
So true.
Oracle's got Austin too, just to note. But Tajiri's awesome. He is. I actually kind of want to do. I want to kind of do a Tajiri Grin along.
Please.
Back
That'd be
pocket thing I've been working on. Put a playlist together. But nonetheless, Steve Austin advances. This next match would look hilarious. I think this would actually go very poorly. I think one party this would go very poorly for, to be honest, in an actual match. But not necessarily how the result will go, Buster. Here we go.
Right. Walter versus Nobuhiko Takada.
Okay, so for those of you unaware, Takada is a shoot style grappler, correct, Buster?
Yes.
He's a shooter.
He, I believe, founded UWFI.
So that's what I was kind of being silly about, hinting at least when I said I think he would probably hear about the way people talk about Walter and just beat the ever-loving fuck out of him, to be honest with you. So, something to keep in mind. But as far as picking a professional wrestler, I think it's hard to go against Walter here. I personally think, but I know this is a weird lineup we have here, and I'm looking at Manny, who's kind of threatening me again with his body language, high shoulders on Hooper. Like, what are you thinking, Manny?
I don't have high shoulders. I'm just leaning in my chair.
It's funny way to phrase it though, right? High shoulders.
I'm gonna go with the man with the velvet gear, velvet tights, Takada.
Damn.
We're gonna show him what a real fucking shooter is.
Talk to him.
Okay, one apiece. I got Volta, you got Takada. Okay, Caden Lee, you're a big shoot style guy. Big, very fond of shoot style wrestling.
yeah.
I sensed you may do something vicious here. My feeling. What are you gonna
Walter?
Oh, you are.
It's not even like, I don't. No, I love Walter. Big boy Walter. I love him.
Is that a big boy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking.
He did say Walter specifically.
I said Walter.
Yeah, because he said Walter specifically, especially. Like,
So
it was like,
Although the
did-
era that Caden's talking about is different from the era that I'm talking about, but it's still
So
Fat Walter.
we
so
should. You may be thinking, what's
No,
the
I know.
difference?
No, I know what area you're talking about, Bust. I agree with the area you're talking about.
I should know. If you're wondering what impact that has on this game, the idea would be that you're drafting him at a larger frame.
Yeah, he's fat.
Are you talking about OTT, Walter, or are you talking about
Oh Jesus, OTT talk on my beloved late night ring.
I'm talking about
NXT UK champion?
I'm talking mid 2010s.
Yeah.
Big Japan, that type of shit. Big Van Walter.
What?
Yeah,
one
bro,
that
he
wore
was.
He's disgusted at this.
The one that wore the green fucking
You
bodysuit.
picked Takada already, man. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
well,
You've already sent him home. It doesn't matter what version of him it is, does it? You're not picking him anyway. All right, 2 picks for Volta. Young Novi. I don't know where you're going on this, and I don't even know where Oracle's going. I haven't looked yet. So what are you thinking here?
I think Brainbuster putting him as Walter on this list isn't just because that's the era he wants him in. It also speaks to how he didn't call him Gunther. It's because when you look at a whole career, you have to acknowledge all of it. And Gunther has been great, don't get me wrong. But Takada, one of the coolest wrestlers ever. And for that reason, I'm going Walter.
Fair.
I just looked as surprised. Oracle took Walter. Or Volta. Which kind of surprised me. I don't know.
I'm not. This isn't one that I was never gonna get mad at this one, like no matter where it went. I will say, go watch Nobuko Takada versus Vader on August 18th, 1994. Thanks.
Takada's like
watch that one, the Dome main event.
His top end stuff is historically great. Yeah, that's right. Dragon's right. People remember these things better than I do, you know. Fletcher, welcome aboard. Congratulations on becoming an LNG Gold member. I have bad news about Hangman Adam Page. I'm sorry to tell you.
Fletcher.
Fletcher DeRozan in the chat just got. He says his first DeRozan.
Oh,
I said DeRozan there like he's playing for the Raptors. It's his first Grin, and he's been greeted by some bad news. All right.
Apologies.
This next match is an insane brainbuster dream match, I feel, right?
Yeah, it is. I would pay a lot of money to see this. Katsuyori Shibata versus Vader.
These are really cool wrestlers, dude.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man. I don't like this matchup. I do not like this matchup at all, to be honest with you. Novi, what are you thinking?
I don't like this matchup at all either because I love both of these guys. I absolutely adore watching Shibata work. One of my favorite wrestlers ever. What I'm thinking of a Buster bracket, I have to take that into consideration. Two guys have a legendary career. I know Shibata means a lot to Buster as well, but it's Vader all the way.
I think it is, yeah. I don't want to make Manny think there's collusion, but I think what Vader gives you is ultimately more rare historically.
Yeah.
And I think as a money drawing card, he is a significant piece. And not to do metrics, but what I'm saying is that if you have him on your roster, you're building your main event scene around him, right? It's the heel, right?
He's such a unique wrestler, more so than almost anyone else on this list. I think
definitely more so than Shibata, who's great, but that wouldn't be the word I'd use to describe him. So, yeah, I got Vader too. Manny?
Let's see. I mean, this is very hard. I mean, both guys are great wrestlers. It's very hard to choose from. One has the iconic theme. Both have incredible amounts of aura.
So true.
And one has a cool, thong-looking mask. I mean, I don't really, and a big. It's very hard. I think I'm gonna go with Vader because he has two masks. That's the only reason why I'm gonna go with Vader.
Wow. So he's through, right? He's through. Caden, I assume you're gonna go Katsuyori Shibata.
I was going Shibata. Yeah. So, but it doesn't matter. So.
Oracle took Vader. So 4-1 for Big Leon. This next one I'm not super familiar, to be honest, Buster. So feel free to set up a little bit with our next matchup, mate.
So this is Momo Nakanishi versus Hayabusa. Momo Nakanishi is one of the most underrated but influential wrestlers in the history of Joshi. Mm-hmm. She is synonymous with teaming with Nene, and I mean, the high speed style is basically entirely based on her. She is all of her matches are extremely fast paced, but she's also incredible bumper, flies through the air like crazy. She's awesome. A lot of matches with Kairi Ito that are very, very good.
Sure. So I kind of feel bad about this one because I've probably seen a match just by default and watching other people and stumbling in that direction, but I really don't feel well versed in this one. Novi, did you do extensive research on this one?
I've been gifted with the knowledge by Khalid of the Grabs podcast, which you can find on Sunday, June 1st. We'll be doing Grabs Cast. Taught me the extensive history of Momo Nakanishi and how much she's meant to the Joshi scene. She's a founder of Stardom. Am I correct, Bus? Yeah, that's right. Stardom, I meant. She's a founder of that.
I'm not sure, actually. I don't think she is.
I'm not sure if she's who I'm thinking of, but either way, these are two innovators in wrestling. It's a really, really hard pick for me, just because I'm like, I know about both of them, but I don't extensively know about them. And so when I think of innovation, I'm going to weigh them both. I think I'm going to go Momo.
Okay. See, the other thing I feel bad about is I know that the Oracle of Wrestling is not familiar. So that's why, I'm worried about his.
I want to give her some love.
I'm not like a Hayabusa guy, really. So this is a really funny one for me because I don't. I think Hayabusa is cool, but it will be a surprise to no one that I don't like watch Hayabusa match and go, yeah, that's my shit. That's not really my type of music. So I feel kind of stumped here, to be honest with you. And for the sake of the ball game, I will take Nakanishi. Manny the Hooper. I assume you're taking Hayabusa, am I correct?
Yes, I am going to be choosing.
Yes.
Who's the other wrestler again?
Momo Nakanishi.
Look, man, you're probably a good guy, a good fella, but just
It's a woman.
We did that whole context for Manny. It just
crazy.
All right, Manny. Also, remember, your mic is pretty far away from your mouth, and that challenges the. You don't have to. Somewhere in the middle would be fine, I think.
Also, it was Nanai. I got that completely wrong.
Right?
Who's the founder of Stardom. Very similar.
To be fair, they're both synonymous with each other. They wrestled each other
exactly
150 fucking times. So,
so who did you vote for, Novi? Did you vote for Nakanishi?
Yes.
Hello, Caden Lee. This was your specialty right here. Please save us.
Yeah. I have not seen a match of either of these wrestlers.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Should we actually?
No.
This is genuine. This is a genuine question. If none of us are qualified, should we actually let the host have a say here?
We should run a poll in the chat if that's possible.
I'm gonna if I need to pick, I will pick Hayabusa because his mask is awesome. But I also don't think
I like the dynamic where sometimes you guys aren't familiar, but then others feel strongly. But with none of us feeling strongly, I actually think we should let Buster kind of give his answer on this one.
I think that's fair.
Not a strike.
Okay. Hayabusa is probably my answer just because the effect he's had on my fandom is great. And also his style is more I think it's just tailored more to me, to be honest, what I want. That's basically that's my deciding factor, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Cool. Hayabusa headed through the hands of Buster. I've always made sense to let Buster pick there because we obviously aren't very well clued in.
They're they're super close too. I feel closer than maybe some would think.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Up next, wacky matchup. Feels like something that will appear on an indie show next year. Buster.
Jeff Hardy versus El Desperado.
So I could have opinions on the guys as individual wrestlers, but Jeff Hardy is so fucking just so charismatic and so popular and such an attraction still to this day that I find this pretty difficult to go against him. I immediately am feeling Jeff Hardy here. I actually really like Despy's work, and honestly, bell to bell, I would probably lean his direction, but Jeff is a star, right?
Yeah.
Manuel?
This is what you do, man. You hand Despy a 50 and say, "Look, man, enjoy the food service, man." That's what you tell him. Don't even show up. We'll play for you. We'll fly you over, but you're not going to get in the ring with Jeff Hardy, man. That's just
fascinating answer. You never know where Manny's going, do you? Yeah. Okay, we got 2 votes for Jeff Hardy here. Novi, what are you thinking?
All love to Despy, but you have to factor in influence. And Jeff Hardy is maybe one of the most influential wrestlers on just people in general. Like, not even saying wrestlers. Yes, there's a part of that, but just people in general. So Jeff Hardy passes through.
He's just such a big piece as a fucking top guy. Like, Despy's great, but you're not going to use him that level. His
top tier work is very, very good, but just it's different. You know?
I prefer Despy's work. I definitely prefer Despy's work. Caden, where would you have gone on this?
My vote doesn't matter, so I'm going to go with Despy just to give him some love.
Nice. Oracle took
I
Jeff
appreciate
Hardy.
that.
Jeff Hardy was fucking
He was awesome.
star,
He was what?
Yeah.
Come on, dude. So late. You're better than that, dude. You're better than that.
I had to. There was a big gap between those 2 words.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we have a match that Ibu would give. I mean, to be fair, he wouldn't be alone, but this makes me think of Ibu. This next matchup.
Yeah, he'd come. Kenta Kobashi versus Kurt Angle.
Oh.
There you go, Manny in the same boat. Very excited, Manny the Hooper there. Very, very excited. All right, Novi, what are you thinking?
It's a tough one for me. I don't think I'm as well versed as I'd like to be in either of these grapplers. But again, we're talking influence, we're talking peak. I'll love Kurt Angle, but it's Kenta Kobashi.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easily Kobashi, actually. I know I'm not the Kurt Angle guy, so that's not a surprise, but like, oh, no, it's a pretty tough matchup too, right? I mean,
very tough. Very.
The
very
matchup pot, man. Like, not so much, what they mean to the business, but just them wrestling.
Oracle would fucking hate that match, you know that, right?
He would
He
fucking
hate
despise it.
Like a 7-minute ankle lock spot. It would be, yeah. Kobashi for me, Manny.
Kurt Angle, baby.
Kurt Angle.
Just it. Kurt Angle, baby. Shaking the head. That's what he's giving us, boys. All right, fair enough. Caden, you sending this one to the deciding vote of Lord Oracle?
I have a little bit more Angle knowledge than I do Kobashi, so I'm going to go Kurt.
The Oracle of Wrestling is deciding between 2 grapplers that I think he has his challenges with. To be
He's
honest.
going Kurt. I already know it.
Yeah.
The Oracle of Wrestling is taking Kenta Kobashi.
Oh, sick.
Wow.
Go through to the next round.
Surprised.
All right.
Oracle let me down with this one, man. That's
Big Kurt Angle guy, the Oracle of Wrestling. Buster, this is very, very Buster match. I mean, they all are, but this next one, I think, especially so, to be fair.
Yeah, again, let's think about the criteria here, fellas. Mike Austin versus Yoshihiro Takayama.
Think about the criteria. It's crazy. Dude's already scared. he's weighing off a strike. To be fair, you've still got 2 strikes left.
Yeah.
I know.
We're almost through the first round.
Yeah.
I figured that I wasn't going to get too worked out about a lot of these matches because these are like
all wrestlers you like, innit?
Yeah. Chad, think about the criteria.
Manny.
Man, I'm gonna spin myself around real quick, and I come up with the answer by then.
All right.
What?
He's gonna spin himself around in his chair and come up with an answer.
He
by
did
the
do
time.
it pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I'm gonna go with Takayama.
Busted big groan into the microphone.
Hey, if you didn't want him to move on, you shouldn't have put him on the bracket.
Shut the fuck up, Manny.
Unfortunately, I too am going Takayama. Mike Awesome is very awesome, but
Let's think about that criteria, fellas.
unfortunately,
I thought that'd be a big guy for you, just.
They
the
both
big
are,
guy
but
for you.
bro,
The big guy for you. I just think Takayama's a lot better, unfortunately. Now the Young Guns have a chance to be nice to their fellow Young Gun here and send it to Lord Oracle to see if
look
they
at
do
Caden
that.
Lee's fucking smile.
Caden? Caden's such a
He's
prick,
never
right?
watched a Takayama match in his life, by the way. He's never done that.
Never watched
Never in his
Takayama.
life has he watched a Takayama match.
I'm picking Takayama.
That's disgusting.
Right? Are we got a strike situation here, Buster?
No, because y'all aren't going to change your fucking mind.
Dude, Takayama could go fuck himself on a Buster bracket. This is easily
Yeah,
awesome
man.
on a Buster
I
bracket.
think you can get Manny, bro. He made his pick by spinning in his chair.
Bro, listen.
Manny, the criteria. Think about it.
Have you ever
Mike
seen Dan
Awesome-
Severn and Takayama? Oh yeah, I forget
What
about the.
the fuck? You ever seen Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka in like 4 different matches and they're all godly?
Who gives a fuck? It's just like,
Me! It's my bracket.
Look,
Caden should be tried with war crimes for what he just did, by the way.
he's really evil guy, to be fair. Really
Who did
evil.
Oracle have?
Oracle had Takayama.
It's just wrong.
It does
It's
feel
a
bad.
Buster bracket.
It's just wrong. It's my bracket. It's dude.
I'm confused.
We use
Is
this
it
logic
Buster's
for multiple
bracket,
other
or is
people.
it the GM bracket?
Well, it was yet to,
Well,
yet
you
to
were
weigh
here
up how
when
you
we
wanted to.
explained it. So
Oh,
the
fuck.
bracket is a combo of GM mode and also my god, like who has the most Buster-ism inside them.
Whoa.
Fame for their Busterism.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Alright.
if I was to bring Takayama to the States, people would lose their minds if they saw freaking a big Japanese guy fucking throwing blows with other
You know
wrestlers.
who they
man.
did lose their mind for?
Yeah, me.
Mike Awesome.
Oh.
Fuck, bro. That is funny as
Whoa.
What
For those
the
of you
hell?
wondering, what's up? Oh shit! What the
Good
fuck?
God.
Jesus.
Good God,
Yeah.
man. All right, we have 2 things to
Yeah,
handle
let's
here.
just go with-
We first must discuss that N'Golo Kenta has become a member.
My
Thank you for
God.
your contributions to the football world.
Yeah. Thank you, Kenta. Welcome aboard. And Jumanji was gifted 50. Remember, which basically, who are these going to go to, dude?
I have no idea. I'm
Oh,
gonna look
cool.
I'm gonna look on the stream.
Okay, but thank you, Jumanji Hunter.
Let's see how they distribute here.
I don't know how that's going to work. I don't think we have an audience big enough for 50 people.
I'm pretty sure these are all people who have just tuned into the stream like at least one good time. And they're all here. That's awesome.
How do these
does it
gifted
work?
50 membership? Oh, they're just memberships.
Yeah, they just gift out at
Well-
random to people who have watched the stream at some point.
Well,
Like
either
eight.
way,
LNG
sorry,
stream.
no. Either way, thank you to Jumanji Hunter. Huge thanks to Jumanji Hunter.
Yeah.
My goodness, what a
Yeah,
night!
he's right. Only like 10 of them showed up in the chat. That's weird.
I think it processes kind of slow, but that's an incredible amount of gifted
Yeah.
subs. Jumanji, thank
you.
you so much. That's incredible.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jumanji.
We're all just wrapped up in how the hell that works.
yeah. My bad, Jumanji Hunter. I'm just very confused. Thank you very, very much, though. Very, very much. Okay, appreciate you, Jumanji Hunter. My goodness, 50. Wow. All right. Where are we headed to next, Buster?
There's Cash Wheeler and Sabu.
No.
This would be sick.
Yeah.
Manny, you did that thing you do where you make the sound in response to the names.
Oh man, I love me some cash, but come on, bro. It's fucking Sabu. I feel like this is a no-brainer.
I do too, yeah. I do too. I like when you do the instant. Cash is sick, but Sabu is such a unique singles attraction.
Yeah.
It has to be him here, right?
Yeah.
It's-
I think a lot of people recently learned about his legacy as well, and how impactful he is on the business and
Yep.
wrestling as a whole. So
Yeah. I agree. I want to again thank George. That was crazy.
Mhm.
I'm just seeing it in the chat, like
yeah,
how it works.
they're just coming through.
It's kind of fascinating, right? The way it works.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. All right. If you got one of those, please thank Jumanji Hunter.
I don't even know how. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's for another show. I don't even know what that is or how that.
It means that
Works.
the payday's up, bro. That's what it means.
Oh,
Okay. Sabu is headed through. Crip was
Yes.
sweet. Next one. If Oracle gets here and it doesn't go the way he wants it to, he may leave immediately. So, Buster, what we got next?
Yeah, this is one of the more admittedly fucked up matchups here. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Rey Mysterio Jr.
Man, I hate this one. This is really mean. This makes me feel better about the awesome thing.
Fuck you.
You're kind of a piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're kind of mean for that.
How do you even
Um,
weigh these two?
Well, it's hard because there's some
On the
overlap.
scale.
They're both all-time great baby
Come on, man.
faces. Tanahashi's significance as the guy for New Japan is obviously like you can't. Ray doesn't have a run like that, but Ray is the luchador.
Yeah.
Like to most fans, and Tanahashi's style. Tanahashi's style is not. I mean, it's influential in the sense that everyone does fucking long New Japan main events, but his style is just like traditional US wrestling brought to Japan. You know, he's doing like Steamboat things and such.
Yeah.
Ray changed wrestling. Like, I don't mean change wrestling as in Tanahashi changed wrestling as in he saved New Japan, but Ray changed the entire style of wrestling to me. What he brought to the States national TV, I should say. So this is a horrible question. Horrible question, Manny. I think I know where you're going because you're not a big Ray guy.
No, I mean, Ray is cool and all that, but he does nothing really for me. I'm going to go with Tanahashi.
I'm intrigued what everyone has in the chat for this one because this is really close. Manny's got
Very-
Tanahashi.
Varied, the chat seems to be.
Yeah. Hayden Lee.
I'm gonna go with Tana.
Damn. We're up against it here. I just feel like, man, I don't know. Rey Mysterio is fucking amazing, and he also has had great matches over a far wider time frame, far wider.
Across so many different places.
Like, yeah, not to say Tanahashi's not had a lot of longevity, he has, but like,
Oh, I mean, that's not fair. He started wrestling at 13.
Hmm?
Didn't he start wrestling at like 13 or something?
well, we're just saying. I mean, if you pick Rey Mysterio and you pick 1996 Rey Mysterio, you're getting 30 years of him as a television fucking asset. Like, fuck it, bro. Give me Ray. Novi,
Yeah.
you basically have the game in your hands here because let's be honest, we know Oracle's got.
Yeah.
Unless Buster wants to strike, you got the game in your hands.
This is really tough. Very, very tough. But I think, again, when we look across the span of careers, we look across influence. Obviously, Tanahashi is very influential to the scene. I think in some ways, both of their respective promotions are trying to chase these wrestlers in terms of what they gave to their promotions. However, when I look at Rey Mysterio, I'm looking at AAA. I'm looking at WCW. I'm looking at the WWF. I'm looking at the WWE. I'm looking at right now. I think I'm gonna go Rey Mysterio.
Oh, the Oracle of Wrestling is grinning somewhere. He doesn't know why. He just woke up from his SmackDown slumber. I think an upset. We're putting
little
Ray
bit.
through, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know how much of an upset it'd be if Ray beats someone. To be honest, I just it's Ray.
It's
innit?
Rey Mysterio, bro.
Buster, I assume it's not a strike situation for you.
No.
Ray Jr. headed through to the next round. We're approaching the end of round one here, folks. We're trying our best. Bear with us. Up next, Buster.
This is Megumi Kudo and Masato Tanaka. Now, for those unfamiliar, Megumi Kudo is, I think, the most underrated Joshi wrestler of all time. She is one of the most underrated deathmatch wrestlers of all time. She was one of the most underrated FMW wrestlers, period, of all time. I mean,
Yeah, it's a cool matchup in that way, right? Like
Yeah,
stylistically,
yeah.
this is a funny matchup.
please, like, if you haven't, look into some Megumi Kudo. She is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. We were chatting before the stream. The amount of pain she's able to take, like,
Yeah, bro.
just
She's
as a
just-
deathmatch wrestler, it's unfathomable.
She's unbelievable.
And because to me, that's her. She's more unique in that way to me than Tanaka is. You know, Tanaka is pretty fucking novel in his own right. Though.
Yeah, he's taken a lot of pain in his life. You know what I mean?
And he's super. Like he's got so much depth to his career. I have to take Masato Tanaka because of the years. I think.
I'm
Give me
gonna do the
Tanaka.
same.
Or with 2 votes from Sato Tanaka. Manny?
Look, Tanaka, you know, he's all great and everything, but I'm gonna go with Kudo.
He's all grit and everything, but
But I mean, Kudo was awesome. I mean, like, you just never expect somebody that size, that
No, I
frame to
agree.
be doing
Yeah.
some of the stuff that she does. So
I agree.
She
I just
also
longevity of
invented the
Tanaka.
fucking cop killer. So
Longevity of Tanaka was the thing for me, but I do agree. Caden, would you like us to bust a vote here, mate?
No, because I've seen Tanaka, so I'm picking Tanaka.
No.
Oh, that's vicious, wasn't it? Fuck, Jesus. I was just trying to give him an out. He fucking attacks me. All right, well, Tanaka goes through. Kudo was Oracle's vote, by the way.
sick.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah,
Who
I-
would you
There's a
vote
lot
for?
of credit.
Okay, this is where it gets technical because, like, I probably would vote Megumi Kudo just objectively, but because I would like one of Masato Tanaka or Mike Awesome to go through at least one round of my fucking bracket, I would have voted Tanaka. Assholes.
All right,
I need
another
to, I
one
need
that-
to, I need to
Mhm.
chat this keep score. Pick 2 women today. So
Good
I
work,
had to
man.
do that.
Everyone
Good
give
work.
Manny a pat on the back on his way out later.
No, you picked Momo too. That's 3.
No, I didn't pick that. I didn't pick her.
So, whoa,
Yes,
whoa,
you
not
did.
3, not 3, Buster. Hold on.
Yes, you did.
Did he? Didn't he say? Didn't he think Momo was a
He
was a
picked-
dude?
Yeah, that one was a dude.
Still happened.
Still,
said-
Momo did,
He
yeah.
said, I bet he was cool, is what he said.
He said, "I bet he
Yeah.
was a good fella." is what he said.
This next one feels like it's another one that your heart's going to be attached to. But you've kind of done I think you've been pretty mean spirited to your guy here, Buster.
Yeah, I know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought anyway, it's fine. Shinya Hashimoto versus Takeshi Morishima. Lock the fuck in, fellas. Think of the criteria. Manny, lock in.
You're fucking crazy, bro. There's no.
Wait,
What do you
who
want
are
me
the
to
names
do with
again?
this?
What were the names again?
This is Morishima and Shinya Hashimoto, and Buster's
Oh,
giving us a lock it in speech, dude. Come on.
Oh, I mean, Hashimoto's never walked the alley of the
Fuck
in the
you,
hand
man.
center. So
Goddamn right.
You're a piece of shit. All right, Manny's already made his stance clear. This is fucking insane. Kishimura was cool. Shinya Hashimoto. Oh, fuck. Hashimoto, man. Come on. This is ridiculous. Don't fuck this up. Caden's already laughing. So he's obviously taking Morishima, correct, Caden?
I was already mean to Buster. I can't be
Alright.
mean again.
All right. So we have 2 votes here. Yo, does Irony not like me? What the fuck is he talking about in our live
Yeah,
chat, bro?
what the-
Like,
what?
no, chill the fuck out, bro. It's 5:50 a.m. You don't even know who either guy is. What the
Fucking
fuck is like? Why
Shinya
don't-
Hashimoto.
Bro, like, what the fuck? You don't know me like that, man. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Crazy. There's no need for it, man. Fuck. I don't get that shit, man. Like, you're gifted a membership, you come in, you first why are you acting like in our chat? It's fucking
Yeah,
weird.
it's weird.
Novi,
Makes
what you
no
saying,
sense.
bro?
I have not seen Hashimoto work the ballroom like Morishima has. So give me Morishima.
Oh, she's through. We're back.
Boys, Oracle's not going to be happy.
This is the Buster bracket. It is what it is. Sometimes
bro.
you have to factor this in.
Think the criteria.
The criteria has done a lot of work there. A lot of work. All right. Morishima's going through. I don't know why.
He's got a cool backdrop driver.
He does, but Hashimoto has many cool fucking maneuvers. I think it's. I don't know. All right, fair enough. What's we got next?
Tai Chi and Cactus Jack.
no,
This match would be fucking awesome, right? Give him some
Yeah.
stuff to play with.
If you get a very specific version of Tai Chi, I think they could make a great magic.
So with all that being said, we're not going to fuck this one up, are we, boys? I mean, this is. Yeah.
I love Tai Chi, but yeah, it's Cactus, bro.
Yeah.
Let's be serious.
Yeah. It's Cactus Jack. Manny, do you agree?
For sake of argument, yeah, I'll agree.
You sure?
I was gonna go with Taichi.
All right, mate. So you were going to take Taichi, which means Caden was going to take Taichi, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Doesn't
I mean,
matter.
I mean, I didn't know he was gonna do that. I mean,
You're fine. The Oracle
You
of
have to expect
Wrestling.
Oracle's. I know who
He's,
Oracle's
he's
taking,
sending Cactus Jack through.
Yeah.
It's what matters most. Thankfully, Oracle's vote mattered in this time around, which last time it did not, which was a catastrophe. Let me just stress.
to be fair, I've seen more of Taichi than I have of Cactus. So
Kazuhiko Nakajima, Eddie Kingston. I just read the matchup. Buster, go for it.
It's fun. Katsuga Nakajima and Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So, this is a really weird matchup, and I feel like these guys have very vastly different strengths. They're also like kind of kindred spirits, and that they're really fucking weird and have actively derailed their career at times. I say this lovingly. I think in very different ways, but you know, Nakajima is explosive and dynamic in ways that Eddie Kingston would never, profess to be. But the magic of an Eddie Kingston on your team, I think, is pretty considerable. So for me, it's the Mad King. Manny, Nakajima, or Ed King?
It's very hard. I like both guys. Both guys bring different things to the table, and I feel like so far we picked a lot of guys that wrestle like Nakajima on this bracket, so I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston.
Fair.
But this can also be a detriment to Eddie, because then he might just go 4 pillars mode on.
Yeah, this match would probably be very annoying. To be honest, there's a version of this match would be incredible.
Yeah.
Where Eddie's fighting around there, but the reality is it'd probably be very annoying, to be honest.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, 2 votes for Eddie. Caden, I presume you're sending
Eddie. Yeah, Eddie.
Oracle's got Eddie. Novi, you going Eddie?
Yeah. Unique wrestlers, Eddie Kingston.
Sweet. All right, last matchup of the first round. Am I correct, Buster?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go for it, man.
Dave Batista versus Haruki Goto.
Oh,
This is a very difficult matchup.
Well, it is because it's so weird, isn't it? It's just
Yeah,
such
it's
a
just-
strange matchup. It's like Goto is so reliable, and Goto's a far better worker. Anyway. I mean, obviously, mechanically, he's on a different level.
yeah.
Right.
Dave, I actually do think Dave got legitimately good, but he was very, he was always pretty clumsy, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah. He was
mechanically.
clumsy to start, and then he was clumsy at the end too.
Yes, he was. But I think he got a good feel for like pacing of matches and psychology and such. The big X factor for me is I'll let people go here first. My bad. Manny?
Dave fucking Batista.
Dave fucking Batista.
Cutting edge as always. I like it. I've got to vote for Dave. I'm also taking Dave. Dave is like so fucking cool, dude. And he could be the centerpiece of your, like, he could be your top baby face, right? So
I honestly think that the era that he was a heel, well, like his big heel run, it wasn't the best environment for him to like be maximized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for the potential to be maximized.
Yeah. I think, again, you think like GM brain, it's like, I can find guys to do like play the Hiroki Goto role. Batista has just intangibles, the look and the fucking the personality and presence, to be honest with you. And he's just seems like a cool guy. Yeah, give me Batista on this one too. Nova, who you got?
Hiroki Goto, this current run that he's on as the IWGP World Champion definitely increases standing, makes this a lot tougher, I would say, because you get to see him on top of a promotion like that. But you're right, GM mode, Batista is one of the coolest wrestlers ever. I think he's one of my favorites. At his peak, he was incredible in the ring. His clumsiness sometimes added to the matches, I would even say. Give me Dave.
Caden, was it going to be a sweep?
Big Dave.
Big Dave.
Yeah.
Dave sweep to close out round 1, which is crazy, really. But I think with that meant you kind of have
It-
to, right? With that
It
mindset.
makes sense to me. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
It does. All right. Before we head to the next round, we're going to need 2 hours here, folks. If you haven't already, please like the video. We want to thank again everyone that gifted those memberships. If you got one of those, please thank either Hard or Jumanji Hunter. Also, the new members that came in along the way. We're very, very thankful for the support. Buster, let's get rolling, brother. Second round.
Eddie Guerrero and Jay Briscoe.
What a program that would be,
Yeah.
by the way. Get some Los
The amount of
Guerreros,
blood.
Briscoe's action too.
Oh.
Jay Briscoe is exceptional, extraordinary, all of the above. I don't want to dismiss him, but boys, I don't see what he would necessarily pip Eddie in, if I'm being completely honest. So for that reason, I think this is clear. If you guys disagree, feel free to stop me. But I've got Eddie.
Eddie.
Okay. Caden?
I'll pick Jay, but I know it doesn't matter.
Oracle, I haven't got his. I should get Oracle's next game. Wait 1 second. Buster, fill that out for me, mate.
Yeah, this is pretty clearly Eddie Guerrero to me. Jay Briscoe was just obviously incredible, but looking at what Eddie was capable of doing towards the end of his career, I don't know if Jay would be able to reach those heights. It was just so high.
I tend to agree. Yeah, it's
Definitely, I would say.
very hard, isn't it? Very, very hard. All right. Yeah, I just making sure Oracle had Eddie sailing through. We have the same bracket as him for a minute here. What we got next, Buster?
This is Ricky Steamboat and Fit Finlay.
Hilarious. Wait, did I not? Wait a second. I sent the Oracle of Wrestling a link. No, I didn't. Wait, I need to send him a link.
Oh, no.
Novi, talk.
Yeah, Fit Finley's a great wrestler. We gave him a lot of props in the first round. I think he escaped the first round, but the Dragon is one of the best babyface wrestlers to ever live, and his peak is incredible. Also, his consistency over his long career. So I think Steamboat pretty easily goes through here.
He only just messaged me to clear, guys, so I don't think he's been waiting. I think he's just got back. He said the traffic was gonna be crazy because there was sports going on, right? Yeah. Fit's awesome. GM mode though, I really struggled to look past Steamboat here. I got the Dragon.
Crazy matchup we're gonna get to.
Yeah, I'm sure it's about to get really nasty. Manny, who you got, Ricky or Fit?
Fit can have 1,000 hornswogglers, but he won't be as cool as Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah. To be fair, having 1,000 hornswogglers wouldn't be very cool, really, would it? To be fair, it wouldn't help him, really. So I get what you're saying, though. All right, Steamer. Headed through. Caden, where would you have gone on that one out of interest?
I would have gone with Good Dick Blood.
Oracle had Steamboat. Oracle had Steamboat. Also, who have we got up next, Buster?
Mercedes Moné versus Kenta.
An arrow just went through Manny's heart.
Fuck.
Manny, you know what to do.
You know, I'm not selling for this shit. I'm not selling. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck about your gifts, bro. Give me money. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not selling. I'm not putting it over.
I'm taking Mercedes Moné.
I'm not a Kenta guy. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm very much a
Moné.
Kenta guy, but
You are, yes. For you, this is really hard. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna pretend
it's not hard for me. Mercedes Moné's her long career is tremendous, and her current run is
shit
insane. We're putting peaks beside peaks. It's just getting closer than a lot of people would think. Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, I felt the
Manny,
same way.
your vote doesn't.
This is going. My vote doesn't matter.
Wow.
You guys aren't gonna get me on here to turn on my queen. You know, this is not gonna happen. All right.
True. You're actually kind of lucky I went to you last, huh? Oracle took Mercedes too, by the way. Yeah, Oracle's not a Kenta guy though, right? He's like me.
Yeah.
One of those fucking people.
Loser.
All right. Well, that was unnecessary. We have another funny matchup coming out, I believe.
Yeah.
Buster.
John Cena and Akira Hokuto.
Iconic.
I'm loving the idea of Oracle pondering this one, like sitting there thinking I think the depth of Cena's career has to come through here. I feel. I don't know. That's the way I feel. I got Cena. Novi.
Yeah, I think genuinely, if maybe some of us knew Hokuto's career maybe a little more, it might be tougher. But it's Cena.
Cena's got a lot of years, man.
A lot of years.
Time to study the tapes, Novi.
That's a good point.
Manny, who you taking?
Just study the tapes.
He agreed.
Can't see me.
He agreed. Oracle has got Cena also. Caden, Cena for you. Okay, we're moving along here. Buster, have you still got the bracket? Like, you
Yeah,
still?
I got
Okay,
it.
cool. Go for it, mate.
Christian Cage versus Sareee.
What do we do with this? I mean, I think there's a right answer, but like, I just don't.
I think the problem with this is a little bit of the problem is that Saree's peak hasn't necessarily
It's
finished
happening.
out yet.
Yeah,
it's currently happening. However, her peak is just tremendous.
Are you sure it's a peak?
Yep.
Just saying.
Manny, what you thinking?
I'm gonna go with the instant classic. Double C's. Throw them up, guys.
Double C's.
Throw
So-
him up.
I'm okay. So the winner of this is facing the winner of Jumbo Tsuruta and CM Punk, and I think I know who's winning that one. So just because I think it'd be a funnier matchup, I'm going Sareee.
Okay, so we have, just to be clear here, we have a vote for Christian Cage and 2 votes for Sareee. Am I right?
Yes.
And the Oracle of Wrestling didn't have this matchup, so we don't have the Oracle of Wrestling as a deciding vote.
Oh no!
So that would mean the chat would be our deciding vote.
Mm-hmm.
We could eyeball it.
We could what?
Eyeball it. Like see which name appears
Oh.
more.
I thought you meant like cryptic tweets.
Or we could do
Yeah.
a poll if you're up for it.
Fuck it, bro. Give me Chrissy Cage. I'm gonna put a poll up. Okay, Novi, filled it there.
Guys, I love Christian Cage. Very consistent throughout his entire career. Look at the peaks.
Christian's winning the poll.
Peaks.
Christian's gonna win the poll.
Would it be wrong for me to give my answer here or no?
Before I put the poll up, what would you suggest?
Christian.
Okay, Buster's feeling Christian, right? The poll's up. Vote away. All right. While the people vote, we'll proceed and then we'll loop back around, right? I think I know which way it's probably going to go, but we'll see.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
Bro.
What we got next, Buster?
CM
close.
Punk and Jumbo Tsuruta.
Yeah, who?
Jumbo
CM
Tsuruta
Punk.
and CM Punk.
Yeah.
Someone should.
Hey,
dude,
what?
What do you mean?
he
man? What?
He moved on?
Who?
Yes.
Who, Punk?
Let's recount the votes here, man. I don't remember that.
You can't stop to steal my fucking bracket, bro.
Guys, if you've not voted, I recommend you vote because it is like
It's between maybe 2 votes now.
it's hilariously close. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
uncomfortably close. So if you haven't voted, it's got closer. Now is the time. Okay. Jumbo's through and CM Punk. One of Punk's Fire Pro saves brought to life here. I think Jumbo's great, but I can't pretend that his work draws an emotional response out of me the way Punk's does. So for that reason, I have to go with Punk. Manny, I know you're not taking Punk, right? You've turned on Punk.
Yes, I'm going to go with Jumbo.
Okay, we've got one apiece here. Okay. Caden Lee, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go Phil.
Phil? All right. Novi, are you sending this? Because Oracle has this matchup. Are you sending this to the Oracle of Wrestling? That would be interesting. I don't know who he's got. I haven't looked yet. I'm scared.
Well, the thing is, I'm factoring in the Buster bracket, and I also factor in emotional appeal. CM Punk is one of my favorite wrestlers ever, and I think he's one of Buster's as well. I think CM Punk goes through.
Oracle at CM Punk.
That didn't surprise me.
Interesting. I kind of did. I just maybe he's not a big jumbo guy. Maybe I'm off base. We'll ask him when he gets here in a moment. Okay. Yeah, he was not waiting for me clearly because I gave him the link 10 minutes ago. I think he's just getting back. He's probably gonna come on with like a pizza in hand.
Oh yeah, he's got some
locked
wings.
In. Yeah. Oh fuck. I hope so, bro. All right. Punk is going through. Buster.
Are we looking at the poll, or is this still going on?
I think you can address the poll.
The poll
now.
is now wrapped. Christian Cage is headed through with 58% of the votes.
Very close, around the 30s, mid 30s. It was
close.
about 50% for a lot of
Christian's
it. So
way, yeah.
Deserve respect for the Sun God.
Very, very much so.
The next matchup is Terry Funk and Mark Briscoe.
If Mark Briscoe was here right now, which would be very funny if he was on the StreamYard, he would say, "Move the fuck on," because this is like the worst possible matchup in the entire wrestling of history.
Yep.
Obviously, Terry Funk must proceed, right, boys? Right, let's move to the next. Love Mark Briscoe, but
of course,
ridiculous.
Atsushi, Onita, and Genichiro Tenryu.
Sick. It's Tenryu for me. Definitely Tenryu for me. Because I think Tenryu is like, if I was to rank, if I was to do greatest wrestler, which I most certainly am not, I'm not qualified to, Tenryu would maybe be my one seed among Japanese grapplers, to be honest. So for me, this is definitely Tenryu. Manny?
Tenryu.
What are you thinking? Tenryu over Nia? Yeah? Yes, sir. Oracle? Novi?
Oh, wow.
I read Oracle's thing.
Interesting.
You've been promoted.
The Oracle of Wrestling, Noviak.
doesn't roll off the tongue, I'm afraid. But
not as Oracle of Wrestling, to be fair.
The acolyte Novi.
I read where he was at this point. Sorry.
Just heating up the wings. It's maybe my fault for not knowing as much of Tenryu as I should. Onita pops me tremendously. He's like one of the most unique wrestlers ever. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go Onita.
Okay, Caden, do you want to send this to the Oracle vote, mate?
Yeah.
The Oracle of Wrestling puts through, it's no surprise, Tenryu, who is an Oracle favorite, maybe the Oracle favorite, even. All right, Buster, where we headed next, mate?
We're going to Sami Zayn and Mayu Iwatani.
This is a whole lot closer than people will ever give it credit for. A whole lot.
Look at Manny. Manny, what are you thinking here?
I'll go with Mayu.
This thing you've done tonight, I have to say, where you've split Sami and Steen, or Stink, as you say, is truly some of your most inspired work. Like, remarkable stuff, dude. Yeah, I know that Mayu's catalog is like super, super deep. I'm aware, and I've actually reviewed some of those matches. And we talked about one just a week ago, right? Was that a week ago now?
Yep.
I do think Sami Zayn is just like unbelievably good, though, and I think the reasons we discussed earlier still remain apt here. So for me, Sami Zayn, I'll tie it up. Caden, Mayu, or Sam Zayn?
I'm gonna go with Sam Zayn here. That's also like partially it's because I don't have enough. Like I haven't seen enough of Mayu, but I do love Sami. Like I said when I picked Hangman over Sami, I still made it clear that Sami is one of my favorites of all time.
Yes, sir, Novi.
I really these wrestlers are in the same kind of category in my fandom in a lot of ways. But the thing is, at times I can struggle to connect with Mayu matches. At times, it's just for me personally. I've never once done that with Sami Zayn, so I'm going Sami.
Oracle, of course, had Sami Zayn. Him putting Mayu forever, Matt Morgan, was fucking awesome. That must be said. It can't be stressed enough. I think we've got a big one up next, Buster.
Andrew, hold on. Andrew, my favorite Mayu match is Io Shirai. Don't ever catch me off guard again like that. You know, I know my
Beast.
Awesome.
Steve Austin versus Walter.
This match would be so funny, bro.
Fucking awesome match, though.
Do you
Genuinely.
think Steve would like? So if Gunther's IC champ, like 2023 Gunther and Steve's on top, Steve's just going, "No, I'm good," right?
Yeah, yeah, obviously, yeah,
Fuck. He's like, "No, I'm good, bro."
yeah.
What's Rock doing? Gunther
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
is-
not gonna say anything. This isn't close for me, but go ahead.
Yeah, it isn't close to me either, actually. I got a little bit swept up in the Gunther thing in like 2023. I started saying things I really regret about like all-time standing, to be honest. And I now think those things were stupid. And I think Gunther's really great, but like, I don't know. I think I got a bit carried away. It's Austin for me. Caden Lee, Steve Austin, or Walter or Gunther, if you will.
I love Big Boy Walter, but yeah, it's Stone Cold. He's facing a really hard challenge here, so I'm gonna go Stone Cold.
Yes, Manny, Walter, or Steve Austin.
I'm gonna go with. This is very hard.
Deep in full is the Hooper. For those of you just listening here,
He's
folks.
meditating right now, guys. Hands are clasped
Maybe
right
when I'm,
directly
like,
on the chin.
Manny went on a rant when we talked about Walter earlier. It was like shitting.
I am
now
gonna.
you can't decide.
Oh,
which
thank
one
you.
is
Now,
gonna
okay, I was gonna go leaning towards Walter, but now that Kaden brought up that earlier discussion, we're talking. We're talking about All Japan Walter here, so I'm gonna go with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Amazing, just amazing stuff. Novi,
My thought process isn't as extensive.
No,
Give me
why would it
Stone
be?
Cold. Yeah, just I don't,
quote All Japan Walter was what Manny settled it with Manny. This is draft mode, GM mode. Fucking Steve Austin, man. Yeah, it's not a reflection of Walter. All right. I think we have another fun one up next, Plus. This is a very you matchup, if I believe I'm on the right track.
Oh
here.
yeah, that's brother.
Yeah.
Vader and Hayabusa.
This was a saying you're gonna have us doing TW. I'm gonna get mad about it because we're gonna be
yeah.
running we're running Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm gonna be going, it's not the place for it, Buster. Please, please, we got to fit Ricky Morton in.
Oh, are we doing that draft on Monday?
Yeah.
I have a reason to stay alive.
Yeah, tell me about it, bro.
This is how I found out.
Another week.
Be
You're
there.
figured in, Caden. Don't worry, you're like a top guy. You're figured in. This is Vader, right, boys? I don't want to be dismissive of Hayabusa. It's really cool, but
yeah.
it's Big Leo,
Yeah,
on it, right?
His
Manny?
body of work is just so.
Yeah.
Obviously Hayabusa. Wait, is that what you said?
No, I said. Fuck. He said, yeah, obviously it's Hayabusa. That's wonderful. Out of interest, Buster, what would you say on this one?
I mean, I still think it's Vader. I'm probably just a little closer than you guys between the two. You know,
Oracle
I
had
just
Vader, which is not surprising.
Hayabusa is just like
No, he's very
Again.
cool. I get it.
he's fucking awesome.
And he was like, yeah, it was transformative. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I
He
probably
also
was
just
too
like
dismissive.
didn't.
I just
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this. You get what I'm saying. He didn't care about his body. Like he would just do shit.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah.
Obviously, you shouldn't do that, but he did it.
I thought you were hesitating because Leon didn't care about his body in other ways.
Well, yeah. He also didn't care about other people's bodies.
Yeah. I was doing more of like a weight joke. It was kind of low on my part, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you did that.
Tope, cut that out.
I would never do that.
Right? Doing it to viewable people? Like, what was I thinking, dude? I do like the stories when they sent Yoko and Vader to like lose weight and they sent them to like fat camp and they snuck
Mhm.
food in and shit.
They
Oh,
they
That
didn't-
was the craziest joke. When I heard that Yoko story, I said, "Oh, come on, bro. There's no way you're that big of a fan."
It's awesome because
Like,
they didn't sneak food in. They snuck out at like 3 a.m. and they got
They-
burgers.
They put Cornette in charge of like calling Yoko every week to see what his weight was at.
They gained
And
weight.
Yoko would be like, he would say his weight and he'll be a higher number than last week. He'd be
Mhm.
like, I'm feeling great, man. I'm 550, you know? When it would go to the office, like, he's 550, and they go, fuck, that's less higher than he was last.
Bro, they feeding you over there.
Yeah, sneaking shit in, bro. It's crazy.
Can you imagine, like, did we set him in a fat camper, or did we set him in a skinny camper?
Grant's right. The visual of them doing it is so funny.
Yeah.
All right, Big Leon is through. Buster, what we got next, mate?
Jeff Hardy and Kenta Kobashi.
Fuck! Can you imagine that match? Fuck, man, that's amazing. Like the idea of them wrestling and just
Imagine the lockup.
yeah.
I don't know why that would pop me so much.
Kobashi wouldn't even do it. He wouldn't even know sell the lockup. Just
Well,
Now
Jeff
I
Hardy's
think it's
also there.
pretty obvious, but I thought that a few times, and Manny has gone the other way. So Manny, perfect time for this gentleman to enter. Perfect time. Oracle, we're just discussing how Kenta Kobashi and Jeff Hardy would look, so you're right in time. How are you, mate?
I'm a lot better now than I was the last 5 hours, 6 hours. So.
how was the Fed going, man? Was the atmosphere great? Oh.
Total boredom, awful. They sold the arena out. They sold the arena. Basically, sold the arena. I was like 15. You know, Jimmy, Jay, Cody, Cena, Bianca. They were all like insanely over.
Yeah.
All2 and LA Knight, and I guess kind of our truth to a degree, and Chelsea Green sort of had a response. Everybody else, people just sat on their hands and waited for Cena and Cody to show up at the end. Jay,
Yeah. Did Alexa do anything on the show?
No, she just did the skit backstage. There's like a skit.
That
backstage.
shit fascinates me. Imagine flying it on TV and doing that. When you just, for the sake of flying them, go, let's try and do something, Like, why don't they put, I don't know. I don't know, I'm not in charge. I'm not Road Dog. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah, right.
Bro said, terrible, awful.
He said total boredom.
Total boredom. What a beast. Yeah, Alexa did get a good reaction on TV. Was that the case?
I mean, maybe I'm wrong because they sold 15K, but I think it has more to do with Cody and Cena and all that. But
they just that's where they're
I
at right now.
expect to have issues in the next 2 years.
God, I hope so. I hope they die. Sorry.
Well, 6 got a good reaction.
Yeah,
Looked
they
like
did. You're right.
I watched it back. You said to me they did, and I watched it back. And they got good reactions. That was cool. And I was glad they at least did. I was glad they at least did a 6 promo, like rather than just doing that angle, because the angle just felt like a repeat almost, didn't it? So I'm glad they did a promo at least. It was very short, but at least it was there. I'm assuming you would take Kenta Kobashi over Jeff Hardy, Oracle.
Oh, for sure, no question.
Yeah.
I like Jeff.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, Kenta Kobashi's.
Now, the real question is, Manny, what do you do here?
I'm not gonna let this Aura Farmer get past me right now in this round. I'm gonna stop Jeff, and I'm gonna pass Kenta Kobashi to the next round.
He's stopping Jeff physically and he's passing Kobashi. Okay, yeah. We all got Kenta Kobashi here, right? Okay. Sweet. Buster, we're picking up pace, mate. Where we at? Well,
Give me a second. Oh, sorry.
you're fine. You can stick Kobashi
Okay.
and Jeff.
Yoshihiro Takayama versus Sabu. This match would be
Oh my
ridiculous.
By the way, Oracle, I'm warning you now, something very bad happened when we were doing this. There's a name that's going to come in a minute that you're going to be very mad because I'm very mad.
Let me guess, Terry Funk's gone.
No. Terry's there. I got Terry.
That's right.
But the boys, before I could even stop it. No, Ray's through. You're fine. It'll come up in a moment. I promise. It'll be here in a minute. Okay. Takayama Sabu. What a strange matchup.
Yeah.
Sabu is kind of that way. I find that with a lot of the guys, though, we're going to put him in this process. It's very hard to sort of gauge him in the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the novelty and the sort of influence of Sabu is significant.
The influence is where I think you have to, like, obviously Sabu has a great match catalog, but his influence is like a major thing you have to talk about.
I agree, but like
Takayama's better in the ring, clearly, but Sabu what helps him.
Takayama's best matches do feel like they're on a different level.
Yeah.
Right? Would you agree,
Absolutely.
Oracle?
Yeah.
For that,
For
I
sure.
think just because I think he's just straight up better, I'm going to take Takayama here. Actually, kind of reluctantly because I do. My appreciation for Sabu's kind of influence on the game. Not that it wasn't there before; it definitely has expanded, definitely. So, but I think Takayama. Oracle, you got Takayama too?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just overall, I think I would, the in-ring edge is just better. Is so much better. I think
Yeah,
that
I
I
agree.
would give it to Takayama.
I agree. Manuel.
I'm gonna go with Takayama.
Damn. All right. Well, that settles it. Was you guys going to go the other way? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I was gonna lean influence. I appreciate Takayama's work, but I think the influence is definitely expanded for me since he's passed, and I wanted to give
Okay.
love to that.
All right. Takayama headed for hello, Caden Lee.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't
Sabu.
Sabu.
Yeah.
It was such a subtle tribute. I thought you were raising your hand to ask a question.
I'm just here for moral support.
You're fine. We love you, Caden Lee. Buster?
We are on to Rey Mysterio Jr. Masato Tanaka. I mean, come on, fellas.
Yeah.
This is
Now, see, when you say come on with Tanaka, I don't know if you're doing something.
no.
Okay.
Listen, I'm satisfied with the one round.
Yeah, good.
Let's just make it. This is
Very
very
modest of you, right? Yeah, this is an easy decision.
Right.
We're
Ray
moving
Jr.,
forward
yeah.
with Ray Jr. Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Good work, Buster. That was really good stuff. What you did there.
I
bud.
just figured, like, come on, So this is the part where Oracle's gonna get very mad.
Look at this, by the way. Look at this.
So Oracle in the first round, the fellas voted Takeshi Morishima over Shinya Hashimoto.
Bro.
Oh
Over
no!
Hashimoto, dude.
Oh my god!
No, it
Guys,
was crazy. It was a whirlwind. Someone kicked the chamois in the chat. I turned around next to him. Hashimoto was leaving the building. I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" I was
Listen.
devastated.
Got to think of the Buster
Yeah,
bracket.
I-
Oracle.
listen,
Buster bracket.
I did my Oracle. My reasoning for it was
Manny.
He's snuggled up.
look, Hashimoto has never walked the aisles of the Manhattan Center. So that
gives
was
a
my
fuck?
who gives a fuck? Morishima
I give
has
a
never been as fucking cool or as badass as Hashimoto. And by the
It was
way,
good, by the way.
Morishima, yeah, Nora's good. Speaking of, isn't Hashimoto a guy that he basically was a poor man's version of?
Of course.
Hashimoto just like a pirate.
I mean, no, it's
All
not
he
even,
cares about is the
no
DVD
concept.
product. He just cares about the DVDs, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm not
crazy.
going to Japan. What are you talking? I'm not going to Japan.
I don't get the idea that if Hashimoto works Bryan Danielson in 2000 Ring of Honor, the idea that wouldn't be incredible,
Then
you
he would have moved on to the next round, but we don't have the evidence.
Oh, never mind. All right. Either way, Morishima went through by hook or by crook.
I had nothing to do with this.
He didn't have any. That's the crazy part. He didn't. I think he knew it was wrong deep down, but he watched it happen and he had to let it happen for his boy. All right. Who's Morishima facing anyway in the second round?
Cactus Jack.
No.
He's definitely not as good as him either. Hashimoto is better than Cactus, but
Yeah. Yeah. Cactus wins. This
not fucking
easily.
Morishima.
I love the accent. Now it hit on that one.
Oracle said, I just sat through SmackDown tonight, bro. I fucking deal. I'm tolerating this shit tonight. No, sir. You know how many adverts that brother saw tonight? The Skylines he saw? He said, I ain't doing it.
I saw
All
a
right.
skyline that I see every fucking day too. About 3 or 4 times.
Fuck. All right.
Morishima is going to be a guy that Oracle hates forever now.
Yeah, just the memory of this.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack is Oracle Live's pick. Is anyone going Morishima? Because I don't know. Manny's grinning at me again, which is good. Caden's going Morishima.
Yeah.
Manny? Novi, you have the deciding vote all of a sudden.
It's Cactus, bro. Come on.
Thank
Yeah,
God. Wow.
Good work, Novi. Good work.
Thank you.
Novi's had a good night. He had a couple shaky moments. But he's had a good
Novi.
night. Caden's a very evil guy.
Cactus is
Caden's
a
an
rock
evil guy.
merchant.
When Caden
Cade-
starts grinning at you, you know you're in trouble.
Caden voted Takayama. He's never seen a fucking match
Bro,
of his.
He's cooked too. Look at Caden Lee. Look
Look
how
at
fried
him.
He's out of his element, Donnie. All right, Buster, what we got next?
Eddie Kingston and Dave Batista.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Imagine that match, bro. That'd be awesome.
So good.
Imagine Eddie talking about Dave having show muscles and shit, calling him a pussy. Oh my god, dude.
You ever been in a
Fuck.
real fight, by the way?
Dude,
Wow.
Jim Ross on
Oh.
commentary talking about Batista's powerbomb being better because he has more muscles.
No,
This is the thing, like-
Dave Batista is 1-0 in MMA. So
No.
This is the thing. You could do this
Sure.
either way. Like, you could have Eddie as the bitter, jealous heel because Dave got fast tracked.
Mhm.
But I think even better would be Hollywood Dave, like being an arrogant prick, and Eddie is the man of the people. And damn, it's just so. I feel so mean looking at it this way, but like Eddie's like better at most things that make up a wrestler, but you know, Eddie was never going to play Drax the Destroyer, man. Dave looks
No.
he looks a lot cooler than Eddie, you know. That's the challenging part of this, right? It's like Eddie's a better promo, and I like Eddie's matches more. But if I'm picking a roster, it's like Dave's my fucking top baby. I love Eddie. I love Ed. Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm going with Eddie Kingston. Fuck it. Give me Eddie Kingston.
Look, here's how I feel, Joe. Dave's going to be gone for 8 months out of the year filming Guardians or Avengers. But Eddie's there. Eddie's there every week.
They've been
Unless
on
you
the
break-
same
I'm going with
wrestling
Ed King.
shows recently.
Except for when
Let's see.
Dave's kid violently hurts him.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless he,
I
unless he
you
breaks
know
his
what?
leg again on the indie, so you know.
Oh, jeez.
I can
He
stop. I can
says-
stop. I can stop him.
Record New Japan and India. That's crazy.
Look at MJF.
All right, so you're taking Eddie Kingston. Your
Yeah.
reasoning was psychotic, but you're taking Eddie Kingston. All right, so we have 2 votes for Eddie Kingston here. This could be controversial, I feel. Manny?
I'm gonna go Big Dave, brother. Throw them
Manny.
in the air.
Big Dave. All right, 2-1 to the Mad King. Novi.
Do Oracle.
Oracle?
Anytime to think. I need to think. I'm worried I'm gonna.
Well, you have to think about what you prefer. I think you have to take out. I think you see. I understand you try to be, trying to be objective. And when you're trying to be objective, I think Dave Batista's a pick.
Yeah.
But I don't. I did get into his initial babyface turn,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoy Batista.
Yeah.
And I like him when he was a heel, especially when he was a heel.
Yeah.
Later in his career, as I burp and shovel pizza down my throat.
You're doing your thing. I've literally predicted you'd be doing this, which makes it way better.
But I care about Eddie Kingston,
So do I.
so I'm going to pick the person I care about. And that's Eddie Kingston.
Novi.
I wasn't
You're-
going objectivity. I was trying to decide who I loved a little more, and it was going to be Eddie at the end of the day.
Wow. Still say, but you were going to go that way anyway. Wow.
I think
That's
so,
an upset,
yeah.
I think. That's a big upset. I don't know if that really is true or correct based on the criteria, but it felt right when we did it. So, fuck it.
Spirit
Alright.
of the game.
Buster, how do you feel about that one, by the way?
No objections. I think the fact like just choosing who you care about more is honestly like it makes sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
It's
Colt's
fair.
kind of cooking you, Novi.
Longevity too, I would even think about as well with
Listen,
Eddie.
man, it's real late, guys.
So.
Just let us be here. man.
Longevity. He wants to retire every other week.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's still working.
No, that's a fair point. Eddie's been really good for like 2 decades, man. This
Yeah.
is definitely a fair point. Dave has like a really good stretch in the middle of his career, but yeah, Novi's right. Good for you, Novi. Buster, we go next.
Eddie Guerrero versus Ricky Steamboat.
Imagine that wrestling match, dude.
Oh,
Heel
that'd be
Eddie.
so
Yeah, heel
fucking
Eddie.
good, bro.
You do
Eddie,
is
Ricky
first,
Steamboat.
you do the babyface match first, and Eddie turns, right? Like
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
fuck, that match would be. That's like an underrated all-time dream match, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck,
for real.
I never see anyone
Imagine
talk
Eddie
about that.
taking those arm drags and.
Oh, the work
Oh,
would be
my
like picturesque, dude. 2 of the all-time greats. I have a strong opinion, but I want to let Manny go first because I think I know where he's going. Manny?
I'm going to go with the Texas boy, Eddie Guerrero.
Very nice. Very nice work. Very, very nice. Kind of, we put Steamboat for over Joe, and we kind of talked about consistency versus peaks. And I think that's somewhat relevant here too, to be honest.
Oh, here we go. Deduct the guy that's dead, man. Come on, what are we doing?
I said consistency. I didn't say longevity. I said consistency.
Oh.
Eddie had dips in his career.
Mm.
Oracle, what are you thinking here? Eddie Guerrero or Ricky Steamboat?
Well, I think Eddie had a higher peak actually, which is
Yeah.
I still think some people would even like today, older fans would probably think that's a hot take.
Yeah.
But I do think he had a higher peak. Steamer definitely has longevity. I think, I think he has a longer peak than Eddie. Rather, I actually think Eddie was really freaking good in like 1994. Like, he was great already in '94 with the Art Bar tag team, and he was great for 12 years.
Yeah.
And Steamer was great for probably 16 or 17.
Yeah.
But he also has like periods of like his lulls hurt him. I don't think Eddie. The only lull Eddie really ever had was the end of '98 and through early 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Basically after the car crash, there's like a 9-month period where he had a lull.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because even 2000 he was a good worker. Clearly, he got banged up. But
so you're saying his work was, even when he had those career dips, his work was still good. So you're not going to dog? Yeah, I get it.
Steamer had like the issue with him is 91 WWF was pretty bad. Wasn't really his fault necessarily, but like I also don't think he was terribly motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he had a great career rejuvenation in his last 3 years in WCW. Looked really good in 2009 when he came back for that brief period. I'll say. I think it's close. I think it's really hard to pick. It's almost a coin toss thing to me in some ways.
Yeah.
I am going to give Eddie Guerrero the nod, and it might seem unfair to Ricky Steamboat because he was a lifelong babyface, and I don't want to punish him for that. But I'm going to in this case because Eddie was a great face and a great heel, and that's just the thing that gives Eddie the nudge. I think
we're on the exact same page. We talked about this on a Grin Along recently. Eddie may be the all-time 1 seed in terms of babyface heel, top tier. Like, his ability,
even just like different kinds of heels and babyfaces.
Dude,
he could be an evil heel. He could be a chicken shit heel. He could be a goofy babyface, a serious babyface.
We watched the JBL match on the air. A year later, he's an evil heel. Like, that's remarkable. And I think that's the same part. I've got Eddie too. So Eddie is sailing through. Novi, Caden, where were you going to go on that one?
I was going. My thought process was we let Ricky get the nod over Joe with consistency, but then when you talk about peaks, I think Eddie's peak is above Joe's for sure. And Oracle, you bring it up, best heel, best face, you could argue, of all time for some people. I think Eddie takes it.
All right. Okay. Eddie Guerrero. Buster?
We are now on to Mercedes Moné versus John Cena.
This is a Boston match, right?
It is, yeah.
Fuck, bro.
I was going to say,
get Eddie Edwards in there and you got the big 3, dude.
Yeah.
Manny's like, give me Eddie. Finally a hooper. Manny heard Eddie.
No, I'm not an Eddie guy. I'm a...
Right, wait there. Let me type his name in after your Twitter. All right. Mercedes is a legend. Mad love, Mercedes Moné. This is not close, boys. We're being real, right? And I don't say that lightly. I really don't say that lightly. I think Mercedes is incredible, but like, It's John Cena, man. I don't know.
Yeah, let me just get this out of the way. Cena's winning easily for me here, and
Yeah.
and I love Mercedes.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's awesome, But nah, man, this is not a.
I
Well,
think
it's not
maybe we have the same question in 10, maybe even 15 years.
It may look different. Yeah.
Her influence on the game
that would be the case.
will be like felt. I would even lean her for my personal taste,
Yes.
but like we're going objectivity, it's Cena.
No,
Mercedes-
I think you'd be surprised, Novi. I think it'll still be John Cena that has. So.
Mercedes, this is nothing about this decision is a reflection of Mercedes. What Cena did is the top guy and the match catalog he produced. It's very hard to look at what box she would tick that he doesn't really. It's Cena, and that's fine. Okay, I'm just looking here at Manny's tweets. He said in March 2021, Manny declared he wanted Eddie Edwards to be in the New Horseman, which I think means
I did.
I think Manny wanted Eddie Edwards to be in the Pinnacle. I think.
Must have smoking fucking crack or something, bro. I don't know what.
He also gave 4.25 stars to the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega versus Finn Juice and Eddie Edwards.
Fuck.
Even he was shocked by that.
He tweeted Eddie Edwards 5 exclamation marks. He posted a highlight clip with Eddie Edwards put up 10 in 5 seconds. Kwame tweeted "Do Joe and Eddie while you can," and Manny quoted it with Eddie Edwards eye emoji. So more revolutionary lying from Manuel the Hoop here. But we're putting John Cena through, Chris. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Buster, where we're at. We're making good time, boys.
We are.
Yes,
Yeah. Christian Cage, CM Punk.
Christian.
So, Oracle, you've been out of the game, so I need to clue you in. Manny has done a weird, anti-punk pivot tonight. So, just be wary of that. So, here's the thing. I think Christian's, his reliability and his sort of workman-like nature is a genuine positive over Punk, right? Who is prickly.
Punk was, sorry to
Right.
interrupt. Punk
No,
was
you're
far
right.
too Christians,
He wears his motivation far more. I mean, I watched Christian work Fandango on Main Event last week, and he works so hard.
Oh, that
in that
match is really good. I remember that one.
Yeah, it is. Of course you remember it. Of course you do. I should have known. Finally, I found someone. But Christian's
right?
really steady. What's that?
2013, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the night after Dango works with Orton in New York on Raw. And they go and then he works Christian. Christian's really steady. The one drawback with Christian is he doesn't have, to me, those that extra intangible, the genuine top tier, and I think Punk has that for me.
He doesn't have that top tier or that here I am just feeding into Joe, feeding into one another.
Dude, right?
But he has that he doesn't have the ability to manipulate a wrestling angle like CM Punk does.
I agree.
And I think Christian has had some fun stuff with the evil fake dad gimmick or whatever.
Oh, he's
but
awesome. Yeah.
It's not to anywhere to the level of the half dozen or so Punk's elite feuds in his career.
It's that phrase Hamlet Reviews used about Punk once. He's able to break the television. It's true. That's a great way to put it. And Punk, he has that innate ability. I think Christian has many, but he doesn't have that. Christian's a smooth worker, no doubt, right? No doubt, smooth worker. But that isn't necessarily what we're looking for. So Oracle and I have got Punk, clearly. Manny has got Christian. Caden, CM Punk or Christian Cage?
I'm going to go with Big Christian Cage.
The instant classic. Christian Cage. Novi, deciding vote.
Oh, baby.
CM Punk. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
CM Punk. If Christian had won, I like Christian so much I wouldn't have been mad.
Same.
So
I love Christian.
it's whatever,
I think I'm a bigger Christian fan at this point, to be honest. But I'm just trying to be fair,
That's
So,
fair, yeah.
Punk. Yeah. All right. What's up next, Buster?
Terry Funk and Genichiro Tenryu.
Oh, that's tough. Actually, that's tougher than you. Now, I mean, you know my answer, but that's a tough draw for the lumpy, grumpy old bastard. You know,
Yeah.
that's a tough draw.
I'll be honest, dude. That's one of the only. I'm not even like your answer to me on that Oracle is kind of up for grabs. Like,
I
'cause
mean,
that's
it
your-
really is. Like,
Yeah.
I just have such a deep bias for Terry that I can't do it.
Wow.
But I will say this: I won't be mad if Tenryu passes through because I think Tenryu is a number one candidate.
These like might be your two favorite wrestlers, right?
Oh yeah, Tenryu might be my number one favorite all-time Japanese wrestler. So either him or dare I say Hashimoto? What the fuck? my big four Japanese wrestlers are those two, Fujinami and Fujiwara. I think those are my.
That's
big
pretty
four.
sick.
Oracle, if it helps you feel any better, I can recognize that Hashimoto is an objectively better wrestler than Takeshi Morishima.
Thank you.
I really liked that Oracle, the way he swung forward into camera.
Yeah.
He goes, "What the fuck?"
He hit that
Yeah.
twang on it too. He goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. He's got Terry Funk though over Tenryu. Manny, who you got, Funk or Tenryu?
What?
Tenryu.
Oh,
Bro, what the
sorry.
fuck did you just do? Did you just have like a
I guess
You
I was
okay?
stuck in my throat. Yeah, I just went.
Oh no, but I thought you were doing like a pose or something to give a shot.
Yeah,
Like
I did too.
you know how Novi
Oh.
did the punk thing? I thought you were doing like some sort of gesture.
Oh, like the Wolf of Wall Street thing. Mm-hmm.
The woof woof. The woof woof. All right. Who did you pick, Manny?
Tenryu.
Okay, we're one apiece. I'm going with Funk. This one is crazy.
It's
Um,
again like my initial reaction was genuine. It's tough, but I just
They're
have a bias for Terry. So
They may be the two greatest like old fuck wrestlers too.
yes,
put it aside,
absolutely, yeah.
I'll just go with personal preference to split them and go with Funk. 2-1 Terry Funk. Caden Lee, two of your all-time favorites.
Yep.
Who you got, bro?
I watched the tape a lot. I study. So I think I'm qualified to say Terry Funk.
Terry Funk is headed through Novi. Which way would you have gone on that one?
I would have gone Terry for sure.
Tremendous. It's been a long night, boys. This has been a shift. But we're on our way. We're on our way home here. There's not many Buster grapplers left standing. Buster, what's our next matchup?
We've got Sami Zayn and Steve Austin.
Would have been an incredible program.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because Sammy would have showed us, and like so Steve would have worked with him. He'd have played a coward.
right.
I really would have liked their like a 93-94 program between those two, you know?
For sure. If they'd have feuded in like 2000, they would have done many funny backstage skits though.
Yeah.
Right.
2001.
Yeah, 2001, and they also would have great match.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, you know, that's
They just would have been shorter. They would have been shorter in that one.
Right.
Sami Zayn's had a great run. He's had a great run. We had to fight for him to go over Hangman earlier. He's great. This feels easy though. Manny,
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, or Steve Austin?
Steve Austin.
Caden Lee.
Sami Zayn.
Well, there you go. Sami Zayn vote on the board. Novi.
It feels easier than I would like it to feel. I love Sami Zayn, but I think it's got to be Steve Austin.
Yeah, bro. Steve Austin. Oracle. Steve Austin, right?
Steve Austin, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Hell of a
just
run.
a tough draw for Sammy, man. It's just
he is. He had a really good run though. He had a really good run. Tell him, man, you need to go back and watch the footage, Oracle, on that Hangman debate. He got aggressive. There's lots of yelling. Nobody did. He was very adult in the end, though. Did Novi so. Caden less so. He was much more malicious. All right, Buster. Steve Austin through. What we got next?
I'm scared about this one. This is Vader and Kenta Kobashi.
Now we have to consider, again, this is one of those, it's a Buster bracket. A lot of Vader talk.
Yeah, but we're deep in the game now, aren't we? You know.
Yeah, but I think it has to be a part of it. I'm not saying it has to, make up the whole thing. It's obviously...
Can I start here?
Yes, mate.
So, do you know who my least favorite of the four pillars is?
I heard good
Kobashi.
feeling.
A
Yeah,
guy by the name of Kenta Kobashi. So,
yeah.
and I actually don't, and that's sincerely, I'm not sure he's better than Vader. I actually don't think he is. I'm not like, I think it's really worth like sinking your teeth through and like, you sinking your teeth into and really thinking about it. But I legit think Vader's. My gut reaction is he's slightly better than Kobashi overall. Because Kibashi's histrionics.
They're not for you, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
they're not.
theatrical. He's theatrical in a way that the pillars. That's why he's your least favorite pillar, and that's just for the same reason he's Sami's favorite because he had the most theatrics, right? I have to be honest. I do think Kobashi's better.
Which I mean, I wouldn't scoff at anybody who thought so. I just, for me, I think I prefer Vader. Is just, and Vader has more weak points. I mean, I've heard some bad things by people that I trust about Kobashi's late career. But Vader had a really bad, 1998, for example, before he.
And I do think history has been a little. I want to be careful how I word this, because I'm not calling him overrated or anything, but I do think history's a little generous sometimes to Vader's deficiencies as a worker. I do believe that.
I think you could argue that, if you really want to break it down, people give Flair, for example, a hard time with his formula and stuff. Vader probably shouldn't have been bumping as wildly as he did as a bit.
And he had a clear formula. Clear formula.
He probably shouldn't have been flying around the ring for some of these guys.
Yeah, man. I think Vader's an all-time great, but I do think it's more complicated. I think some people kind of talk about him like he was flawless in there, and I don't see that. And that's not a problem. I don't, flawless is art, right? So I'm going to take Kobashi. I think he's a better wrestler. That's my honest feeling on it. And I'm not even a huge Kobashi guy. I just think he's better. So I'm going to take him here. I'm going to take him in this situation. Manny?
I am going to crumble the rest of this roof by knocking down the last pillar. I will be going with Vader.
Incredible sell job there from Manuel. Caden Lee, are you tying it up and putting the pressure on Novi, or are you sending the big man through?
I'm going to try to keep this house up a little bit longer and put that pillar right back in its place. I'm picking Kenta Kobashi.
My God. Novi.
I'm not going to pretend to be well-versed in the matchup. I've not seen a ton of either wrestler. But if I were to sit down on a random Thursday night after work and think about who I'd rather watch.
After the Dynamite review.
Well, not anymore, brother. Think about which wrestler I'd rather watch sitting on my couch. I think I'm gonna go Vader.
Yeah, I can't argue with it. That's a fair result. Not one to object to, Buster. Definitely, is it?
Nah.
I mean, I know you wanted Vader, but even if Kobashi goes through, it's fuck, bro. Yeah.
I definitely just accidentally put Kobashi through. No.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Stay with it. What's the next match?
What is the next match? It is Takayama versus Rey Mysterio.
Just the division of the matches is what pops me. The idea of this pops me.
Yeah.
The size difference.
Ray selling and just clobbered around the ring by Takayama. Takayama's best stuff is amazing, but in every other category, I've got Ray. So Ray for me. Manny, Takayama or Ray Jr.?
Takayama.
One apiece. We know Manny's a psych guy. Famously so. Caden, Takayama or Ray?
Ray Jr.
2-1 for Ray. I'm going to put Novi back in the hot seat here. I'm going to let Oracle speak on it a little bit. I'm going to let Novi make his decision. Takayama or Ray, Oracle?
Well,
do your thing, bro. Tell him.
One guy had one of the most amazing things ever with the Don Fry thing.
True.
Which technically was a shoot fight, I guess, but
yeah, fuck it. Still
fucking ruled. Yeah. Ray never really got to do that shit.
Never fought in Pride.
Right. Yeah. He never fought in Pride. However,
pussy.
Takayama is not the greatest television wrestler in the history of television wrestling, so I gotta go with Ray Jr.
Oh baby. All right, there you go. Novi, you're saved. Would you have gone with Ray?
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Beautiful. Where are we at, Buster, in this bracket, bro?
This is the last match of
Sweet 16. Or no,
So
yeah,
would it be the
With the Elite Eight?
quarterfinals.
it'd be the Elite 8, yeah.
No way. We're down to the. Oh shit! All right, go for this.
No,
Oh no, I'm lying. What?
No, we're about to
I'm
go
lying.
into the Elite Eight,
We're
right?
about to
Yeah,
go
we're
into the
about to
Elite
go
8.
Going
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
Elite Eight.
This is big business, boys. Go for it, Buster.
Cactus Jack and Eddie Kingston.
Oh,
Oh,
Look, I'm not fucking around with this one. I love Eddie, but to me, it's like I can trace straight lines. To me, this is
Yeah.
I think because of traditional wrestling, he may have better matches, maybe, but I just think there's too much. There's too much Cactus in King for me to take King.
let's think about this for a minute though. How
Yeah.
great would a Cactus and Eddie feud?
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Oh
It'd be
my
amazing.
God.
It would be amazing. There's so much Mick in Eddie's game, man. Like,
Mhm.
I think like the right thing to do is pick Mick Foley here, or Cactus Jack, if you will. Novi?
I mean, we've brought up influence a lot through here, and I think you're on the right track. When the wrestler he's going up against is he influences him, I think that speaks volumes. I think Cactus.
I think both are able to resonate. What I will say is, Eddie was like, he's definitely the people's champ to an extent, but Mick Foley won people's hearts to a degree that was like kind of frightening. He was fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously wrestling was more popular then, and it was a different time. But I don't know, man. Caden, Mad King, or Cactus Jack?
Mad King.
Okay, we have a vote for Ed King, Oracle.
I'm going with Cactus Jack. I mean, I was able to kind of, experience the Foley sort of like fandom as a young kid, and like Foley was like literally like, like the Foley is God thing was like, it's just like a whatever fan saying, but I mean, like Mick Foley was like, I adored Mick Foley basically on every level from like 2000 2006.
Yeah.
When he came back in like 07, 08, I didn't like dislike him, but like it was like whatever. And then he went to TNA, and I was like, okay, Mick, all right.
Yeah.
What about 2016, bro? Raw GM.
Well, that was quite bad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that promo he had with Sasha and Charlotte for the hell.
That was actually kind of sad. Yeah, that was
just basically speaking gibberish for 20 minutes. It was very bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I wonder if Eddie Kingston will be good as the collision captain or collision commissioner.
Imagine how careless he'll be about it too.
Yeah, he just comes
out
out
here and call this match.
Every time someone's talking.
I'm sorry, folks, I can't do a Yonkers accent, so don't get.
No, that's fine. You did the right thing. Manny, Cactus, or Eddie Kingston?
I'm gonna go with Cactus.
Fair. All right, we're into the Elite Eight. We're almost there, boys. Come on. We're almost there. Here we go. Take it away, Buster.
Eddie Guerrero and John Cena.
Oh, that's horrible. I don't like that. Problem with this is, if we're being reasonable, Cena's going to win a lot of these head-to-head duels, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I like watching Eddie wrestle an awful lot more. See, the Mercedes one, I think Cena and Mercedes, ironically, actually have similar strengths in the ring of like their understanding of broad strokes and timing and selling and psychology. But Eddie has those things, but Eddie also has like his shit just looks way better, So I'm kind of stumped. Manny, Eddie Guerrero, or John Cena?
I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston.
Tough business on families, folks. It's a tough business on families.
I'm gonna go Eddie Guerrero. The thing is, I keep seeing the Eddie EY and the IE in the chat, and it keeps throwing me off. It's like,
all right, mate. Blame the chat. Played the Meltzer card with the EY, with the DY. Sorry. All right. Eddie is the pick. Fuck it. I'm going with Eddie Guerrero too. Oracle. You keeping Cena in the game here?
Down in the West Texas town of El Paso.
Oh, fuck.
I guess I'll go with Eddie.
Wow.
I don't know. I it's tough for me because like
This is a really horrible matchup.
I
Yeah.
kind of think
Just
Cena's
wait.
better, but like I don't know. The heel run
Cena's
sucks, it's just like I'm getting annoyed with the heel run. It's time to end it, So I'm just gonna give Eddie the nod because why not? That's my whole reasoning. It's bad.
No,
but-
I get it. But being reasonable, it's like Cena does it. There's a lot of things you get from John Cena that Eddie's not going to give you, right? And he's like so prolific, but it's just I don't know, man. I feel like I want to pick Eddie. I'm on the same page as you. It's the vibe thing right now.
Yeah, it's a vibe thing for me.
It's probably a mistake, but
yeah.
Cena unfortunately is suffering from the fact that he's like his stock is down right now, right? And
he also hasn't been good for 7 years, so
right. And Eddie, like, unfortunately, as silly as it is to say, when guys pass young, right, you never see them. Like, imagine Eddie was fucking like wrestling on Dynamite with Chris Jericho now, right?
Yeah.
You'd probably think of him very differently.
Right.
I'm not saying that's like fair or right. It's just the way our brains work. But Eddie's going through. What was you guys going to pick, Caden and Novi?
Kid,
Eddie.
I was gonna go Eddie too.
Wow, a sweep.
Yeah.
I just think of the peaks of the face and the heel. It's just that's hard to beat,
Buster, how do you feel about that?
I'm kind of with you. Where like, I do think that in a lot of ways, Cena's better,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed Cena. I've enjoyed a lot of Cena's work, but just Eddie's work in general,
Physical work, yeah.
I enjoy watching it more. He's a more fun wrestler to watch, I think.
Eddie's work is like among the most aesthetically pleasing in the history of wrestling, right?
Yeah,
like,
and it's
rhythm
also
he
like
wrestles with, yeah.
There's a level of authenticity to Eddie that Cena's
Yep.
never had to me.
I agree with that.
Very
value a
true.
lot.
There's a vulnerability there that Cena really, I don't think, quite nailed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good call.
I don't know if he was ever given the spot to even really do that. I could
agree.
be wrong,
But
but
he was the status quo, so it's harder.
yeah, exactly. It's just
Yeah.
different.
Both
Different
great,
roles,
obviously.
different roles.
Both,
Mhm.
I think both all-time greats. All right, Eddie advances, Buster.
CM Punk and Terry Funk.
Look, I got something controversial on this one.
Oh,
Okay.
you're not now going to
Wait a
pick
minute
time
now,
to go.
hold on.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I just realized what was gonna happen. I'm gonna go with Terry Funk this round.
I said it earlier about Mark Briscoe. I think CM Punk would have no interest in this comparison, and I'm not saying that means he shouldn't win, but like, what would be the category for CM Punk? Really, right?
Yeah.
There's just not one. So I think we can move on this way. It's Terry Funk, right, boys?
Yeah.
Terry's
Yeah.
God
okay.
bless CM Punk on the
I
Buster
will say,
bracket.
I think this is like the second or third time we've had Terry Funk and Eddie like meet each other in a bracket before.
Maybe so.
I
Maybe
think
so.
you're right about that, Manny.
Yeah, they definitely
You
have
ever seen
appeared on
their
all of these.
89 match on TV, Manny, by the way?
I think I've seen it. I know I've
Yeah,
been.
It's when he's like really skinny. Eddie's really
Yeah,
young.
yeah.
And Terry wanted to make him look good. So
Try to get him a job, yeah. That my like dumb fuck hot take is I actually completely get why they didn't hire Eddie because he looked insane to be a TV wrestler. But Terry obviously like was aware of how great, he knew how talented he was, right? But like people always tell the story and go like, what dumb fucks didn't sign Eddie Guerrero? And I always think, but like, who would he have worked with, dude? He looked like he weighed about 130 pounds, But the match is cool though. It's a cool piece of history too. All right, Terry Funk's going for Buster.
Steve Austin and Vader.
97 WWF vibe.
You ever seen their like fight man match, whatever the hell it was, like tough man match?
It's not
I think
good.
so, yeah.
It's on Raw. Yeah, it's like late 96.
They also teamed up in WCW against Flair and On, right? That
They
30-minute
did,
TV thing.
It was a Saturday night.
Yeah. Vader loves that match. He wanted to do a full-time team with Steve Austin. Stunning Steve.
Loved.
Okay. Manny, Vader or Steve Austin?
Vader.
Caden Lee, Vader or
Steve.
Steve Austin? Steve. Novi.
Give me Steve.
The Oracle of Wrestling. Steve Austin, Big Van Vader. extensive look up right here. Look at this. It's searching for answers in the sky.
I'm looking for Vader up there.
He's not up there, brother.
Come on. I don't even know that's true.
Vader, help.
Oh no!
I feel like that was so.
It was better to just.
Yeah, some things can just go unsaid, right? Like,
Sorry, it's late, man.
it is late, to be fair, bro. Yeah,
Fuck, it's 1 a.m. Fuck.
bro, it's 7 a.m. here, bro. Fuck, the sun is shining through here. This is one of the longest days of my life. It's a new day.
If you compare their if you compare their lapsed fan gimmicks, one guy, you know, they both like fast food a lot.
They do, yeah.
Oh shit!
I love doing these stupid fucking bracket shows, dude.
I
Jesus.
don't know why I did that.
Damn it, it's really hard for me because, like, I don't know, man. Vader, when he's like at his perfect aesthetic, is like fucking amazing. But I don't know, man. Steve is pretty fucking great. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
You're violent.
I don't know. In terms of in the ring, I feel like Vader's better, but I mean Austin Hurts, I mean, just crushes him with star power. No, I think people underestimate Vader's star power. God, what am I talking? Where am I from? Minnesota.
Stir power.
Here to be.
Star power. See, this is what happens when you go to a fucking 3-hour SmackDown and you get stuck in the parking garage for an hour afterwards.
Yeah, true.
It's a nightmare. I'm gonna go with Steve.
Yeah, somewhere.
It was tough.
Steve.
It was really tough, but
You are right though. Vader star power. Like people just think WCW and forget what a fucking
Yeah.
attraction he was in Japan. So like,
like the
No, I
Inoki,
definitely
when he destroys Inoki, is one of the
Oh,
greatest
yeah.
angles in the history of wrestling.
yeah, I just I prefer Austin's work. So for me, it's Austin. But it's definitely a close one. It's closer than I think you may immediately kind of assume. Definitely. Buster.
Rey Mysterio Jr., Cactus Jack.
Ooh.
That's the
Ooh.
closest one yet.
So what's interesting about that is you go like we talked earlier about Eddie and Ricky, and we all said one of the big things for Eddie Guerrero was that he was babyface and heel.
Mm-hmm.
In that game here gets kind of interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the guys who's right there with Eddie that was great at being able to flip the switch was Foley. And Ray is like a Steamboat, really a career babyface.
That's fair. Although I will say I think mixed lows are much worse than steamers.
And it's very hard to look past Ray's longevity considering how early
Correct.
Mick was destroyed physically.
I do think it's closer. It's because, like, I mean, I'm gonna go
It's
and say, I mean,
close.
my pick's Ray, but
Yeah.
like, I think it's worth a discussion at least.
It's
I mean, I'm
because
picking
Mick's
Ray, but
definitely-
like,
Yeah.
Mick's biggest issue, I never forget. Somebody on PWO, Jimmy Redmond, made a great post one time about Mick's biggest issue is that he like almost tries is like too creative.
Yeah.
Goes too
Yeah.
far with his ideas. Goes too like, you know.
He is a way better promo though. Like
Exceedingly.
the gap
better.
between
Ray,
him on the mic is
Ray
crazy.
has Ray's
He's had his moments for sure.
promos are more like before Brad actually got pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Ray's promos his whole career kind of remind me of like WWF Brett before he turned heel in
Yeah.
'97, where he was very sincere.
Earnest babyface.
But yeah, he was earnest, but he wasn't like technically a good promo. But you still believed him when he said something. But yeah, I mean Mick smokes him on the mic. I mean
Mick's one of the best promos ever.
Oh, absolutely. I mean his
I
cactus,
just-
his promos in '95 BCW are the best stateside maybe ever.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat those.
Yeah, I am with all that being said, still also going to go with Ray because of just Cactus. The way Cactus wrestled, he was never going to be long for the game, was he? You know,
Mhm.
and Ray has been able to kind of defy reality in that way. So Ray for me too. Manny, I assume you're going with Foley here.
Yeah, I can't stand Ray's voice.
Now we're getting to the thick of things, the heat of the battle. All right, 2-1 to Ray Jr. Novi. Who you got?
I think longevity is kind of a different stat line for Ray. It's leagues above a lot of people. I'm going Ray.
Actually, because Mick's like fucked physically in his mid-30s, man.
Uh-huh.
Earlier than that, maybe. Caden, who would you pick, Ray or Foley?
Ray.
Ray is headed for. Is he heading to the semis now?
Yep.
Mhm.
It's the final four.
The final four, boys. Buster, take it away.
Eddie Guerrero, Terry Funk.
This is what we're gonna call a foul right here, man. We can't let Terry go to the finals again, man. This is
Why not?
he does it almost
Hey.
every draft.
Hey, I made a bracket. Granted, it was my mistake, and I put Brian Danielson on there, and he fucking won without any.
Yeah.
I didn't even put Brian.
I
on.
did try.
I appreciate that, Buster, but I was very happy you didn't put him on there.
Yeah, I just did it.
I'm gonna go first here. I'm gonna go first.
Fuck. All right. Sorry.
This is the Buster bracket, and a little bit ago we watched an Eddie Guerrero JBL match. That was one of my favorite experiences I've ever had on the late night Grin.
It was cool.
And to honor this experience, I will be picking Eddie Guerrero.
Okay. Very sentimental. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Guerrero pick on the ball. Manny, you're going with Eddie Guerrero, I sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro's so he's got nothing left, but he's still trying out there. He's getting shots up.
I'm drawing the line somewhere, man. Just
I get it. Oracle, I presume you got Funko.
Terry.
I too have Funko.
Oh,
Young Novi, your time to make a decision on this.
It's not
one.
fucking cool, guys. All right, it's not cool.
are you gonna be a follower?
There's two picks on both sides,
bro. Like, what are you?
Are you gonna follow the right people?
The right, yeah, that's fucking truth right there, isn't it?
Oh, fuck. This is really hard. Really difficult. And I don't even have it's so late in the game you can't even say this is Buster's bracket because he just loves both these guys.
Yeah.
I can't. There's no
Yeah.
It's gone.
Think of the years, Novi.
I'm thinking of the years. I'm thinking
Look at Manny. Manny looks fucking.
Look, like Manny said, you can't punish the guy for longevity. Come on.
you
You can
can.
reward Terry though.
You can't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's retroactively punishing Eddie.
No, bro. I can only assess what's in front of me, you know. I'm getting itchy.
Think of the Latino demographic of the late 90s.
Bro definitely said demographic there, by the way.
It's really hard because I do really want to reward Terry for the longevity, but I do really want to reward Eddie for that peak. I really do. That I adore. But I think the correct decision is Terry Funk.
oh,
Excellent work.
baby.
I was gonna veto there if Eddie went through. I'm not gonna lie.
Excellent
Okay.
work.
This is nasty. This is the collusion I was talking about earlier.
How many vetoes have you used, Buster? How many- how many-
I used one on Mike Awesome, which didn't work. I used one
Sami Zayn, Hangman.
Hangman and Sami Zayn. I think that's it, right? Have I
Yeah.
used since
Yeah, I
then?
think so.
Because you had your
Actually.
third, so you still have your third plea left, huh?
Yeah, I get, but I don't think I really did. Like the four
Yeah,
guys
you
that were
can't-
left. I mean, what am I gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I literally just said I was gonna use it because
That's
I think
a fair
Terry's
point.
longevity is like. It's not just that he was in there like for as long as he was. It says he was just good for as long as he was. Like,
Dude,
For-
he has a One Night Stand 2006 is like a great match. And a
Yeah,
great
man.
fun performance.
Yeah.
He's fucking ancient in that match. Dude.
yeah, like it doesn't. Yeah. Steve Austin and Rey Mysterio Jr.
Mm.
This is
Steve
really
Austin.
hard because they achieve very different things. Steve Austin is maybe the biggest star in the history of the business. He's prime.
Yeah.
But you can't dismiss that. It was a very short run though, wasn't it? Very short
Yeah.
run.
And you can acknowledge like Ray's influence just in general, like
Mhm.
cross wrestling, even outside of that. I think it's very well felt.
I'm gonna go with something that may surprise people. Because I thought about it, and in my brain I was thinking Star versus, in-ring legend. And I stopped myself and I thought, my favorite Steve Austin match specifically would be my favorite among either man's catalog. And if that's the case and he's that much of a bigger star, I want to take Steve Austin. I'm going to take Steve Austin. That's 2 votes, Steve Austin. Oracle, what are you thinking? Indeed.
A lot of tension in the room.
It is very tense. It's been tense since Manny the Hell joke, to be honest.
You never know where to go next, man.
There'll be no post show tonight, guys. We're gonna just get. Sometimes we do.
Yeah,
those
I'm getting
tweets.
the fuck out of here. Get me out.
Guys. Sometimes like we do those tweets. No tweets. We're going
Ray's
home.
consistency is pretty incredible. As long
It
as
is,
you
and
have
I think this is true too. I like this point too. Ray's definitely his name value can't be understated. I agree with that.
It's one of a handful of names people will bring up.
Yeah.
That 20-year period before the company got hot again.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of like literally 5 names: him, Cena, Batista,
Yeah.
Orton, and like, I don't know, maybe fucking Edge.
Yeah. And Ray is the mask, right? Like he's the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Steve was transformative though. Fuck, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm going with Ray. I just think he's. I value in ring so much, and I just think everything kind of goes back to in ring for me. And Ray has just enough star power to take that leap.
Okay, so we have 2 votes for Austin, and now a vote for Ray. Caden Lee.
Ray.
Oh fuck, Novi's back here again.
Uh-oh.
My
Early
thought
fights and
process on the last big matchup was longevity, and it's for that reason I'm going with Rey Mysterio Jr.
Oh, fuck
Being
off,
consistent.
man. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't.
Manny said, "Fuck off."
Throw the flag. Throw the flag.
Manny said, "Oh, fuck off, man." That is unbelievable. What a great response, dude. Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't really.
off.
I don't agree with this one. I think.
You can go for it. Try and sway the man.
I think Steve is like such a fucking star, and then you also have the WCW stuff where he's like still awesome, like in the ring. I just think like I know it's overused, but
And it's world class stuff where he gets good. Yeah.
yes, and his fucking aura on Steve Austin from like I know it's overused, but still the aura on Steve Austin from like 97 to 01 is
It's true.
higher than any wrestler in the history of the fucking business. Genuinely, I think.
Yeah.
He's so fucking cool too. I know like a lot of the stuff can apply to Ray, but I think Steve Austin is like
No, I think
it's
that's true.
exponential for Steve. Just- Go ahead, sorry.
I've seen people, smash cans and do the hell yeah, at bars. I've never seen anybody do the 619 or the
So true.
weird guy. So, I don't know.
Nobody's swaying.
To be fair, I think whoever wins this is losing to Terry Funk
Yeah.
anyway.
I think so too. But
I'm thinking about promos.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking about selling a match. I'm thinking about selling a match versus Terry Funk.
It's 2:16 a.m. Make up your mind, please.
Let's just go with Steve. Let's flip.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Let's go with Steve.
wow, it happened, folks. My goodness. All right.
Finally one.
Terry Funk, Steve Austin.
When you get to this point in the game, it's like, what is there left to say?
Yeah.
Just vote. It's fine.
It's, give me
I don't
Terry
know.
Funk, man.
The rattlesnake.
Man, he's got the rattlesnake. All right, we got 1-1. Novi, I'm going to let you go now, so you don't have to go last.
Star power be damned. Terry Funk.
You never seen Terry Funk?
The Oracle of Wrestling.
Everyone, do yourselves a favor. Look up Saturday night's main event, January 18th, 1997, and enjoy a wonderful segment between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Terry Funk.
Did you say Saturday night's main event?
Yes, I did. I meant to
You
say
did,
Shotgun
right?
Saturday night.
Shotgun Saturday.
apologize.
I was thinking Hogan.
Shotgun Saturday night. Shotgun Saturday night. We're gonna go. Where's your Saturday night's main event?
They've wrestled too. Have they wrestled?
They're in that Rumble, but
Yeah, they have some exchanges in the Rumble. I think.
But I thought they would have been on WCW at the same time together or something like that.
they're in WCW at the same time, but on
They
different.
are. But they don't wrestle. Yeah.
They're both heels. Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is Austin gets into the stud stable like later after
Yeah.
Terry leaves.
Yeah.
Terry Funk.
Yeah. Terry Funk. So Terry Funk.
Do yourself a favor and check that out because that's.
It is great. It's brilliant. Caden, who was you going to go with that interest?
Funk. Yeah.
I think this is actually going to be a new rule implemented. I actually like this idea.
I think that's true. Same thing. I think that's fair. Same thing. You know,
Brian and Funk band.
too.
Yeah. I think the next bracket's going to be Chris Border.
Those two are like for a guy like Funk, for me and Joe and probably Buster to an extent, like Funk's gonna get passed through most of the time, and then like Danielson, everybody but me is gonna like Joe. Joe might.
I did push back last time. I did.
You know, some Danielson, but yeah, I think those two are.
Yeah. Well, the problem is
perennial all-time favorites. So
with what Terry meant, especially when you look at what he meant in Japan, from a star point of view, you can't even make it like box office first. You know, artistic merit.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to interrupt. But I have no idea how to pronounce that. But said
yeah,
the chat,
band winners. Yeah.
That's
a good idea. I like that idea. I think the next bracket's going to be Chris Bourdon, and he mentions to me it's going to be like aggressively his bracket, so that would be a very different vibe. I think,
Who's
like
one?
great WWF.
Flair, Funk.
Yes, Flair won.
Danielson.
Who won my one?
I think Sam Joe.
Joe.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Who won Cadence?
Punk.
CM Punk.
Punk. Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah. Just take him out.
All right.
I'm actually okay with that.
I
Actually.
like that rule. I like that rule a lot, actually. Yeah, and it means they'll be refreshed. We're not going to do these too much anyway. And when we do it next time, probably going to go live a little earlier because these are long boys. But
I appreciate you guys doing it late because y'all definitely could have gone on live during the terrible SmackDown that was.
I couldn't, to be fair, because I was recording the gimmick. So
it
worked out. It worked out, man. You imagine. Machine Gun, who you got? Terry or he just exits the StreamYard.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do some plays going out here. Hell of a night. We appreciate it. I want to thank again Jumanji Hunter for gifting 50 Oracle, 50 memberships gifted. We crossed 400 members tonight.
Huh?
Yeah. We had 10 at the start. We crossed 350. So if they work, we cross 400. I don't know if they will work because I don't think we have enough viewers for it. But pretty fucking sick. So big love to Jumanji Hunter again for that. Buster, Grapscast this Sunday. Tell the people we've got a huge lineup this Sunday night. What time are we doing that to?
9, you said?
Yeah, 9 Eastern.
8 or 9. You could go 8 if you really wanted to.
Either one. That doesn't matter to me. We were watching Abyss versus Jeff Hardy versus Rhino versus Sabu. Austin Aries versus Samoa Joe. Bandito, Ray Phoenix, Larry Oracle, and Mysterio versus Ibushi and the Young Bucks. Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks. Paul London versus Roderick Strong. And Mark Henry versus The Big Show from Vengeance 2011.
Beautiful. I go out for hard. Make sure we go out on a high note. Another super chat. Very, very thankful. Appreciate all the love tonight, both on Twitter and both on the show. Very, very thankful for all of it. You guys are great. Seriously. Novi, there is no video tomorrow, but you'll be on Grapscast. Anything you want to plug?
There'll be a new video next week. There was a video I have in the works. I'm going to continue working on it. It might take me longer, so I don't want to say anything about it now. I've actually decided this, but there is something very cool coming soon. Check out the channel.
Awesome. Tremendous. Caden Lee. Hell of a shift tonight. Not in that you like did any on the show, but like you're going to die about minute 5. So I respect you just being here, to be honest. Anything you want to plug? No.
Good worker. Reminded me of Samoa Joe during Anarchy in the Arena on Sunday.
Sure.
Very much, yes.
Just singing bodies.
Hair looks good, though. Good job, Caden.
Yeah.
Manny? Plugs?
It's a very defeated man. Next month, June 14th, we'll be celebrating the Day of the Flag. Did not know this was a holiday.
What exactly are you going to be like guessing what country's flag?
Way worse. It's way worse than that.
All right.
I don't know what the show's going to be about.
Do you not know what the plan is, dude?
No, nobody told me. I thought we were going to be celebrating Sydney Sweeney's soap that's coming out, but
Come on, man.
The words you willingly say, man. Amazing. Amazing.
I thought it was funny, funny pop. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to be doing. I'm leaving that up to Dukes. I'm working on a new jingle.
Whoa.
So,
Holy shit.
Dude, the Sydney Sweeney inclusion is so unnecessary, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
also, look at Dukes.
I was going to ask, did he take that picture specifically for that?
Yeah, right.
no, I streamed that from one of the podcasts.
Oh. Thanks again to Fahad for the super chat. Oracle, any plugs?
I just realized I forgot the Sydney Sweeney thing. So when I saw that and you said that, I said, "Is that?" And then I put it all together, and I'm sorry.
Good plug.
So, oh shit, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna be. I'll say this. I think I'm going to be along for a potential thing on Wednesday, maybe.
Yes, the Dynamite show. Yeah, that's gonna be the flagship next week, folks. We're gonna do it
4
on Wednesday.
hours, right? Yeah,
4 hours.
Is that 8?
8. Yep, 8 to midnight.
8
yes,
Eastern,
yeah. Should be a fun night. We'll probably try and like keep people coming in and out. So yeah, you're obviously very welcome. We may do the TNA show as well next Friday because I think something's going to happen there that could be funny. So maybe. But the flagship will be Wednesday because I know that's happening for sure. So, yeah. Folks, we love you. We appreciate you.
Monday.
Yes.
EW
Monday night,
draft.
if you're a gold member, we'll do it for the gold members in it first, and then we'll do the Twitch streams when the game's actually set up. We're going to put our roster. We're going to do our draft for the TW series. Caden doesn't even know what that means, but he's going to be there. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to do it against Raw, head to head. Take that, Adam Pearce.
Bitch.
So that should be very, very fun. Hey,
Bald.
not too much on 205 Live's Giant Barber, bro. All right. So that'll be Monday night. And on Sunday, Grapscast, as we said, which should be a hell of a time. We hope to see you there. We appreciate you. We love you. If you wonder how much I love you, you grinners, I'm going to go through this video now and put timestamps on the matchups. That's what I'm going to do.
You know,
Really?
That's what I'm going to do.
You would keep account of that?
That's what I'm going to do, bro. That's what I'm going to do because I love this business. On behalf of Buster, Novi, Caden, Manuel, and Lord Oracle, have a great night. Keep grinning. All hail. And enjoy this outro. Goodbye, folks.